Hello, big Clash tubers, and welcome back. Let's play Fire Emblem Path of Radiance. I have once again slightly adjusted my microphone settings. I think last episode was maybe a little bit on the loud microphone side. Sorry. Well, sorry. I don't know. I'm doing what I can. But I have lowered it a little bit again. The thing is, I'm going to tweak it every episode until I get it about where I like it. And then I know something is going to automatically change in the background. And it's going to ruin all my careful balancing. It's Windows. Anyway, so for today, Path of Radiance, we're getting real close to the end here. Chapter 26 today. Just a little bit of heads up. Today is the basically penultimate battle of classic Fire Emblem games. I think almost all of them. I don't know if it holds up into the modern Switch era, but up until Path of Radiance and around this era, pretty much always near the end of the game, like a couple chapters before the end, you get this giant map with just a huge number of enemies and maybe a larger deployment size than normal. That's us today, oh boy. However, this is also the best chance of getting anyone to level 20, promoted level 20, other than the final map itself. But this is the best way to get that set up a little bit. And I wanted to mention, it's a little bit loud. Maybe it's just my headset. Hopefully it's just my headset. I wanted to mention that a little thing to talk about. I won't spend too long here. But so Path of Radiance, obviously the general game difficulty is not crazy high. Sure, we've grinded a bit. We've got a little bit of stat maxing more than normal, but generally speaking, I think this is a fairly easy Fire Emblem game. Sure, for beginners, it's always a bit of a culture shock if you're not used to, but if you're familiar with the rest of the series, like this isn't too bad. This genre. But I want to mention a lot of the work I've been putting in for this Let's Play, specifically how we distribute experience, bonus experience, the 2 times thus far that we've done some boss abuse. We are still on pace right now to have basically 0 units at level 20. So basically, at the moment, if you play sort of normally at all, it's very unlikely to get any level 20 unit capped stats for a transfer bonus. Because the minimum, the only way they transfer is if they're at level 20 promoted. So what I wanted to say is, it's kind of like a design decision for Path of Radiance that I don't love. There's basically so little experience in the game. Well, there's lots of experience, but there's not enough to get more than a few units to level 20 promoted normally. Now, there's a bit more on normal mode. If you play on hard mode, some of those numbers get reduced, I think. But like you get more bonus XP and stuff on normal mode at the very least. But playing along, if you've been watching, right, got this far into this playlist, I have nearly maximized my bonus XP, like pretty close to maximum BXP you can get, and I have already done twice a pretty significant like 10,000 XP, boss abuse grinds. There's a few others I skipped over. I didn't do every single potential cheating XP exploit. Cheating, but you know what I mean, like sitting around timing out the map to get heal staff healing and stuff. You could have done keep an enemy. We could bully some archers. You could leave some enemies alive to train up your heal staff ranks a little bit earlier, stuff like that. We could be doing that every map. I felt like that's a little bit too much. Anyway, my point is, if you play with kind of a normal sized army composition, like 12, 13, 14 units, and maybe even try out some other ones, maybe you technically use slightly more than that, which is what I've been doing, right? Where you've got your favorites, and you try to pick ones that match the map a little bit. You don't always bring the thief, you don't always bring the flyers, you don't always bring the cavalry. So, indoor maps, like maybe that mountain, you shouldn't bring the paladins because they're really slow. The desert maps, right? So the game, I think, is, on one hand, it's designed to have like a large group, and then you bring the people that you want to use, your favorites. You rotate some people out for different maps so they fit better. And if you do that, you will probably get 0 people to level 20. So as far as I understand, for the most part, if you want a transfer bonus without boss abuse or any kind of XP exploit, you basically need to pick, I don't know, a good number, like 6, maybe 5 or 6 units, and you just funnel the XP to them, get them to level 20, and then they will have their transfer bonuses. But it's like half of a normal army, give or take. And oddly enough, and this is kind of true for most Fire Emblems, that doesn't actually make it harder for the most part. You pick the right unit, and it actually makes it easier. If you just focused all your XP onto, Titania, Marcia, Jill, just get them to their max level and nearly max stats earlier than we would have, just by funneling them all the kills, and don't even worry about deploying the rest of the group. Just give all the bonus XP to the units that are strong, and get them to transfer their bonuses. For the most part, the game's actually easier. So this is kind of a balancing issue I have. It's like it really punishes you if you care about those transfers, and they're relatively small bonuses. But if you care about them, you kind of get punished because you can't spread them out very much. You have to focus them on a small group, and then you're playing a different way. But it's actually easier anyway. Whereas if you want to use a lot of units and try to share the XP around, it's actually a harder game, and you don't get to transfer anyway, or at least you have a low chance, I would say. So that's sort of my argument for why I'm playing this playthrough the way I am playing it. We'll get to the game in just a second, but hopefully that explains it, because I've played through Path of Radiance a few times, and usually very, very few units get to 20 for me, the way I play, which is why I'm specifically trying to force the issue a little bit here. Anyway, we will be doing more of that today after this episode anyway. I won't do it on camera, because it does take some time. I mean, it looks like I've spent 79 hours. That's not actually true. This gets put onto fast forward when I'm doing preps, and a lot of times with preps, I'm just tabbing out, looking at reading things and thinking about things, and the game timer keeps ticking away. So it probably is 40 hours or something, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, story mode first. We are getting close to retaking Crimea. We've regrouped with all the armies now, I think. In a valley amidst the Marhot range, Ike and company are reunited with King Caneus of Gallia. King Tabarn of the Phoenices also arrives, and brings with him a disturbing tale. His words serve notice. There is no time to waste. The final showdown with Ashnard is coming. Yeah, we had a lot of stories about that. Between the forces, King Caneus grant them, before returning home, and the soldiers King Tabarn brings, the Crimean army possesses 3 times the fighting power it did when it left Benyon. We just keep getting stronger. Even so, the Dane forces encamped in the capital are strong, rested, and comparable in number. Wait a second. How does Dane, the ice northeastern coast, it's got the least amount of food production and general population of the continent, classic northern population. They had an easy war against Crimea, but we have been slaughtering them every step of the way so far. How do they still have the same number as the entire continent combined? Now we've got Benyon's army, Crimea's army, Gallia's army, the Phoenices army, even part of Dane has joined us, because, this is how it went, right? It's still just equal. This seems very plot contrived to me. Besides, it doesn't really matter, because I can solo them all anyway. In addition, the road to the final confrontation is blocked by 2 formidable obstacles: Fort Penel and Nado's Castle. How these 2 tests are faced will mightily affect the course of war. But this is also home turf advantage, right? This is Crimean's land. The Crimean unit should know this territory better. The Gallians, we should have so many. I guess the story wouldn't sound as epic if you're well, you just slaughter them all and win. It's just easy mode. But realistically, we should have so many benefits in our favor here. Sure, they're still defending, but they're invaders. The local population aren't supporting them, and our troops should have radicals bolstering the ranks and interfering with the enemy units that are occupying, and we should have secret backdoors in their castles, and just stuff like that, right? Surely Crimean, they're smart. They would do that. No? Not even a little? I see. So Crimea and Gallia have finally joined forces. Half-breeds and humans fighting side by side. How sweet. And I just want to point out that Dane's armies have been composed of mixed Laguz and Bjork regiments for the last, basically since we invaded Dane. In addition, it seems the incident with the Heron Princess has brought more Phoenicians to the struggle as well. Oh, the Hawk King's getting involved, eh? which means that the Crimean army's strength of arms is all but equal to our own, and growing. Of course, this pathetic ragged band is still no match for our superior leadership and skill. Things are getting interesting, but I'm unsatisfied. Divide our army into 2 battalions, send one to Crimea, and who will be in charge? Bertram? Does that bother you? Well then, perhaps I should leave it to you and see what happens. Do you believe I would betray you? I believe your heart has considered it. Surely you jest. I will divide our forces and see that they march to meet Crimea under Bertram's command. Is this satisfactory? Well, that is what I said. I'll leave it to you. One more thing, Your Majesty. In my absence, did you order the death of Ina? 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 Who's that? Oh, yeah, I forgot about her. I completely lost interest in her when she failed to hold the capital. Whatever. Yeah, I think I told Petrine to kill her. Another failure. I told Petrine if she failed, then she could just capture Ina. I see. Why? According to one of General Petrine's men, they did capture Ina. But with the general's death, they're unsure what to do. Ha! Well, that was one of Petrine's better qualities. She always did follow orders. Well, what do you want to do? I wish to receive your instructions. Do you still wish her killed, or have you changed your mind? Do what you want. I don't care. But do not bring her here. When that one is near, Radiance seems to grow restless. As you wish. I wonder why Radiance gets reckless when Ina's around. It's just a giant wyvern, right? Pretty sure. Everyone seems here. Alright, go ahead, Sorin. Print out your report. Oh, wait, it's not report time. It's map time. Please look at this map. The current position of our army is in this mountain. Between us and the capital, there are 2 large outposts of enemy troops, Fort Pinel and Nados. I feel like the narrator just told me this. Both holds were built to guardian our fair land. Oh, this is Bastion, by the way. Just pops in. But now Dane rules them both, and knows of us. With rations set, they could hold out a year. Say what you will of Dane and her foul plan, one must admire her skill in things of war. Come now, Bastion, why would you praise our foe? I do but speak the mean of it, good sir. The truth is harsh, but lies would be worse still. Would you two please shut up? Please. Sheesh. Pinel and Nados are fairly close to one another. I doubt they would expect us to attack them both, but that seems to be a waste of our strength. We don't want to get ambushed from the rear while attacking. We cannot divide our army. Why not? Our forces are equal in size. We could siege them both so they can't get behind us. We could send a small force to attack the base with the weaker defenses and keep it occupied. And at the same time, the main army can focus on the other one. Great, so you guys deal with the general army that Ike doesn't care about, and Ike will take the elite force of the Grail mercenaries to take out the other, I guess. Alright, which one has more? Fort Pinel. Very well, the main army will lead an assault on Pinel. Meanwhile, I'll take my army and a unit or so of galleons and set out for Nados. We'll launch an attack, and when they come out to meet us, we'll retreat. Then we'll attack again. I'll keep them busy. Oh, cool. Thanks. Good job, Tabarn. You're pretty good at this tactic stuff. Hit and run bird stuff. I would never think of that. Let's go. It is settled. Really, the birds would be terrible at harassing. Like, or maybe they'd be good at it. They would be terrible foes harassing your supply lines and stuff like that. Printing out last message. You sold some stuff, made a lot of money. You spent some money. Now you have this much money. You killed some stuff, you got some XP. And you got more XP. Jill did a lot. And also this large guy joined. Complete. Message complete. Okay, thanks. Info. A little bit of storytelling. General, may I have a moment? Sure. I'd like your advice, sir. Let's say I was faced with an undefeatable enemy in a tabletop board game, not in real life. In that case, what should I, as the weaker fighter, do? Should I avoid slowing down the other better fighters and retreat? Or do I sacrifice myself and at least try to land a single blow. If it's an enemy general that's way too strong, there's no point to get killed. But I don't want you to simply run away. Study the enemy, see if retreating is your only option. I'd like you to do that much. Study? Yeah, you know, what kind of weapon, kind of fighter, how much he can move, does he have a ranged attack? Yeah, figure that out. If you can learn that, you can determine how best to engage. Well, that's the very core of combat fundamentals. Oh, I'm a dang fool. It could just be that my trouble started because I wasn't paying attention to the basics. You've given me some hope to think about. This is why the AI is bad. But the AI doesn't actually think about any of that. They just attack, and they don't even realize that they can do 0 damage. This guy, Ike, is trying to be like, you know, green unit. You could only attack people you can damage, and if you can't damage them, then you tactically pull back. You're the smartest general ever. Basics? Alright, you guys leaving? Yep, I'm gonna go do some reconnaissance and tease those Danes a little. Good luck. You don't need to give me luck when you're as tough as me. Tabarn, about... Rayson, no. I am sorry. Leanne's kidnapping is my fault. It's not your fault. Please don't apologize. I know she's alive. These battlefields are filled with chaotic energy, but I can still sense her. It's faint, but I know it's a Leanne. Wait a second. If they don't speak common language, if they don't use English or whatever this version of English is, how come her name is in English? How come they don't have a Elvish script for her name that no one else can say? You can translate that for us, but you can't translate anything else? Which is all the reason for us to hurry. There may be other ways to finish this, but crushing Dane is the surest. Yeah, okay. Rayson, is this mysterious power you use to sense Leanne something only herons have? Yeah, hawks don't know how to do that. We just see good and listen good. That's not true, Tabarn. The power may differ in potency, but all Lagoos possess it to some degree. Oh, don't make all Lagoos telepaths. Come on. It's enough for the birds to be telepathic. It's bad enough. So I'm just not very good. Okay. Call me dumb. The power is distributed something like this. Among the bird tribes, it's very strong in the herons. Among the beast tribes, it's most developed in the cat clan, although not as strong in the herons. As for the dragon tribes, it said they may be equal or even surpass the strength of herons. Classic dragons. Always better at everything. Even though I knew Lagoos were not alike, there are even more differences than I imagined. Well, yeah, your eyes should have told you that. Did you see the wings, dummy? Anyway, we all look different. Sure. Enough pleasantries. Chit-chat over. I'm going to take wing. Alright, see you later. Tabarn, may the fortunes of war be with you. Yeah, you too. Don't try anything too dangerous. Rayson? My apologies, Ike. Though I knew this was coming, it is difficult. Don't apologize, you got nothing to prove. Yeah, alright. Support time! Hey, look! Ike and Soren, we made it! If you don't do this, it's fine. Don't worry about it, but especially if you're doing transfers, this actually unlocks a different story. or an optional bit of dialogue and some plot changes. Soren is complicated. Doesn't really get explained in Path of Radiance. But Ike needs to befriend him all the way. Kind of like how Mist needed to befriend Jill all the way for a slight change in the story. Hey, Soren. I've been thinking a lot about what you said. There's some things I don't understand. You survived. You're strong. Why do you feel insecure? Tell me. Tell me your story. Curse you. Why can't you just leave me be? I don't have any friends, Ike. I don't have anyone. If I tell you and you turn on me, I don't think I can survive it. Well, that's why you have to tell me, Soren. You won't tell anyone else, and I thought we were friends. If you don't tell anyone, you're just going to keep suffering. Look, you're a mess. Talk to me. Say what's on your mind. You've been holding it in for a year. Ike, I love you. No, I don't think it's actually that. Soren, it's me. It's Ike. I don't give two figs who your parents are. I'll stand by you. Well, wait, what if his parents are like Ashnard and your mom? Like your mom cheated on your dad with Ashnard. And like, what if that's who he is? Wouldn't that be terrible? I don't know. I think Ike would just be like, oh, long lost half bro. Ike, no. Ike, I am branded. Ooh, this will come up more in Radiant Dawn. But yes, I am branded. I am one of the branded. What now? Never heard of that. It's a cross between a Bjork and a Laguz. Such a taboo union violates every teaching of the goddess and of society. Oh, a half-blood, you say? Curious. We are untouchable, abomination, condemned to a life of hatred and shunning from both races. And all he really needs to do is wear a hat or a bandana, and no one would know. But if people do recognize that little symbol on his forehead, they might know what he is. Wait, hold on. That makes, what, you're half Laguz? Yeah. This mark on my forehead is proof. I learned about it while researching ancient books. I always thought it was a birthmark. Others thought it was the mark of a spirit charmer. What's that? I don't know anything about the world. Magic comes from interaction with spirits. If you let one into your body, it will give you tremendous power for a price. That's why the old sage was so interested in me. He thought I had struck a deal. Instead, I was just a filthy branded. Okay, so? What do you mean, so? Well, you got some Laguz blood and a mark. So, now what? The problem, don't you find me repugnant? I work beside you, eat beside you. It's nothing. I don't belong anywhere. Doesn't that sicken you? Soren, you're a dumbass. Have you not noticed that Ike cares very, very little if you're Laguz or Bjork? Having a Laguz Bjork friend doesn't change. Very dumb. Yeah, of course. It doesn't change anything. You're still Soren. I don't care about what friggin' brands people have. You're a capable officer sometimes. And my friend. We can't keep going on unless you're with us. Ike, I thought... He just read a book. He hasn't even been subject of branded racism, right? Like, he didn't even know. No one else even knew. He just read a book. It was like, branded are bad. They are bad people, and should be bad. So then he just internalized this all and thought the whole world hated him. I guess, real. I get it. In the real world, people certainly will do that. But, yeah, of course, dumb. What? It was Gallia. The sage lived in Gallia. A few Bjorks had settled there, and... So, you're from... When the sage died, no one would help me. I couldn't even speak and find food. I was dying. You were the only one who helped. You and your father. That's why you're my only friend. My friend. My only friend. I mean, you could technically make him friends with someone else. But, yeah, Ike's his best friend. Alright, we finally got Soren to crack and tell us his story. Like I said, most of that doesn't come up until the sequel anyway. But now you know ahead of time a little bit about Branded. And if you pay attention to people, usually Laguz, you will see a lot of those little symbols. I don't actually know a whole lot about it, personally, as the YouTuber involved. However, I do believe you can probably figure out Laguz species by the type of brand. I think there are different between dragons and beasts and herons and stuff. If you pay close attention to the symbol, maybe I'm wrong, but I think that's true. Also, I don't know if they're always on your forehead. Like, you can see it on Soren, but I don't think you can easily see it on the other Laguz we have. I mean, and also there's people that cover their forehead, so you'll never know. Maybe he is one. Or some Laguz down here. Yeah, Boyd could be one, right? You never know. Even Rolf with his big fuzzy hair. Okay, yeah, so Mordecai has, like, tattoos, like those blue marks. I feel like the tigers usually get something like that. Yeah, the cats and tigers, they seem to get, like, blue or green, I don't know, maybe that's just supposed to be hair. I think the blue skin colorations are meant to be similar to Soren's, just a different color. Is there anyone else we could look at in depth? Let's see. Yeah, there's little bits on the hawks. I don't think that's supposed to be hair on his cheek. Maybe. Yeah, more little streaks. I guess it's not, like, super consistent or anything. But we have seen a few people with a forehead mark before. And maybe we'll learn more about that as time goes on. Hey, even Ike has his forehead covered up, so who knows, right? But yeah, anyway, obviously Soren has had that visible for the entire game. So if you're paying attention, you would have obviously noticed that. All right, I think for other supports, yeah, I think we're just gonna do like some of these ones in the background that there's not any other options for. Do you have a moment, Prince Rathan? Oh, you're the Apostles, Yes, Your Highness. My name is Tanith, and I lead Benyon's Holy Guard of Pegasus Knights. And what brings you here? I wanted to let you know the Apostle has ordered me to keep you safe. She is quite sincere in her desire to help. She seeks redemption for what happened all those years ago. I have no need for bodyguards. I can protect myself. What a joke. I mean no disrespect, but even the youngest child in Benyon knows the Heron clan abhors fighting. If you refuse to fight, how will you protect yourself? Plus, you don't even have a weapon, and you can't. No claws, no teeth. You have nothing. That is my concern, not yours. I beg to differ. I am under Imperial order. I cannot abandon my duties, so your safety is very much my concern. Your Bjork orders do not affect me. I have wasted enough time. Excuse me. His body seems frail, but his will is strong. Not going to make it easy. What should I do? Probably an interesting little support chain if we could follow it. I'm saving for Marcia Rolf. I will do Jill Har. They're friends. Captain Har. Although Jill Leaf would be nice too, because that's her first, Lagoo's friend, and she's, working on her racism a little bit here. Har, where are you, Har? Hey, Jill. Simmer down. Sheesh, she's having a nap. You don't need to shout my name. You're louder than a meat skewer salesman in a crowded market. Maybe you should try responding when I call you. Yeah, I'll do that when you stop calling me Captain. Also, I was asleep. How should I address you then? Yeah, whatever works. Sir Har? Do I look like a knight? Alright, Mr. Har. Yeah, I'm not kind of a mister. Fine, just Har. Yeah, that's pretty good. Ugh, I can't address you like that. I'm just gonna call you Mr. Har. Well, alright. Anyway, I'm going back to sleep. Freaking, I love Har. Maybe I'm a little bit lazy in real life too. Yeah, Marcia Tanith would be nice, but sadly not enough spots. Ilyana might get one with Mia if we're lucky. It's hard to deploy them all at the same time. Rolf, Shinon. I'm trying to save Rolf's. Mordecai's, Ilyana, maybe. I think I was going to do Gatry, Shinon, because there's not going to be any other supports for these two. And they are friends. This should have happened, like, at the beginning of the game, really, if you were going to do it. Maybe I should, no. Hey. Oh, what's up? Hey, Shinon. What are you doing? You're annoying. Shh, secret. Whatever. See you around. Wait, I'm just joking. Come on, you don't gotta be so mean. Just listen. I'll stay if you buy dinner. Fine. You better give me some advice. Sure. What's on your mind? I'm thinking about the reward we're gonna get. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with it. Up to you. Spend it however you like. But like every time I get money, you give me a hard time. Oh, how? Well, remember that other day when I bought the ultimate shield? Gatry, that was a gate. Did you ever give that back? The guard thought you were a thief. And remember the speed bring 4000? The secret elixir that boosts your speed by sprinkling on your body? The snake oil? You dumped a whole bottle on your head. But the wonderful little potion worked! I did move faster! Yeah, because 30 stray dogs were chasing you. See, you're just giving me a hard time. Oh, did I hurt your feelings? Wow. Sure is fun to tell you the truth and have you grumble at me. Yeah, no, come on, man. You're too honest. You're embarrassing. Yeah, let's go eat. That's spending smart. Yeah. Wait a second, Shinon. You didn't help. I like Gatry a lot more than Shinon, but they are supposed to be kind of that rough, bro relationship kind of thing. I kind of could see Gatry going, bro, come on, bro, and Shinon being like, oh, I hate you, bro. that's the real life there. We can't use Rolf's last slot. Okay, that's everybody for supports, I think. In terms of BXP, we got a little bit. I'm pretty sure I spent it on, like, Mist and Astrid. Oh, I know for sure it was enough to get Titania to 20, by using 36 more, and that will be the end of Titania. We don't have to use her anymore. And I managed to get her to transfer ranks via BXP, which is maybe not the most efficient, but it is what I chose to do. She wasn't even on my list of things that people I wanted to transfer over, but I made it work. In terms of gear, okay, there's a couple things I'm going to show later. I'm going to come back with the prep screen. I think I forgot to mention a couple things last episode in the skills. I did give out a couple, so if you see a couple in here, I will talk about them when we come back. And we're going to forge another. At this point, we can forge anything, but it's generally going to be a silver bow, axe, or lance. I think it's a bow this time, just so I've got one silver forged bow. And in the shops, unfortunately, no access to iron weapons other than axes. Well, some iron weapons, but not iron swords or lances. So if you're going to use this map for boss abuse, make sure you've got enough iron and steel to not, instantly kill him. Weapons with high durability are good for boss abuse. I'll show you my preps once we load them in. But yeah, there's a bit of that. And I think I might have needed to do some selling again because, money's getting a bit tight. I probably sold some junk. We've actually got a lot. You can sell the Bjork Guard. It almost never does anything. You can sell some men staffs, a physics staff. I don't think I needed double shines and Nosferatus and winds and stuff like that. So I'm pretty sure I just cleaned up my inventory a little bit, and we'll show that all in a minute. All right, let's continue on with story mode. My lord, I have some armor on. Oh, hey, Alicia, you're looking good. What's going on? Why are you dressed up? Cosplay? I thought to join you on the battle lines. Is that a Pegasus? Wow, I didn't know you had one of them. Oh, he belonged to my great-grandmother. I'm a little nervous riding him, but I'm going to try. I appreciate your desire, but your retainers won't allow it, right? Did you agree to this, Jeffrey? No, I'm against it, but she is the princess, and, it is her wish. The princess's great-grandmother was a Benyon Pegasus Knight of some renown before marrying into House Crimea. Princess Lindsay herself is skilled at both riding and swordsmanship. Skilled at swordsmanship? Maybe. Not sure that's true. As a child, she was granted permission to train in case that they need to for her to fight was ever arose. Behold the Pegasus and uniform, all treasures of House Crimea fair. We did fear much that we would never see a chance to use them in their proper stead. Oh, muse of fire, I cannot find the words. Behold a light that dares to shame the sun. Our princess clad in raiments fair and fine. Give courage, love, and vigor to our cause. Right, yeah, that. Well, I'm surprised you were able to hide armor on a flying horse from the day. Just flying horse. Yeah. Prince Renning foresaw a time when the princess would need them, and bade us convey them from the palace. Prince Renning's thoughts were always of the princess, even as his life abandoned him. Be true to your heart, and live life as it dictates. They were his final words to her. My lord uncle was always the one person who understood me. Even though I'm dressed like this, I have no experience, and do not expect to fight well. I am actually quite weak. But if I die, the game is over, so be very careful what you do with me. This constant waiting behind and doing nothing sets my heart beating with such unease I fear it may burst. If only we had just had her with her armor and horse from chapter 12 or something. We could have trained her up. Just like everybody else. She's got to be at least as good as Rolf, right? Even if I cannot fight, I can use a staff. If it would just save one soldier, it would mean so much. Please, Ike, I promise to obey your orders and stay out of the way. Lord Ike, we will take responsibility and guard the princess. It is her heartfelt wish. Oh, I believe there's actually a Lucia. There's a few of these that I don't always remember to check. Just like how the Rolf, Oscar, Boyd bros each give each other a 10% crit bonus. I actually think Lucia and Alincia give each other a 10% crit bonus. So she is a swordmaster who can get 10% extra crit just by being next to her friend. That's cool. She's still not very good. This is not something I can allow or disallow. She is my employer. If that's what she wants, all I can do is comply. Be careful. Oh, thanks. Let us go forth like sunlight to the dawn. Elincia fights and Crimea wins. Just remember, she can get killed by a ballista instantly. It's important to remember. Oh, look! A big sack of experience in armor. Hey, Bertram. How you doing? You ready to get us to level 20? I don't think you know what's coming for you. Just pain. He's just going to be constantly filled with arrows and sword cuts and just barely kept alive while we level up. Like, there's a few more soldiers than expected. Just from what I can see, about double us. Oh, more than that. And we must assume that the fort houses more troops. This may prove to be a long battle. Even if they've got 20 times our numbers, we'll overcome them. In war, there is no retreat. Wait, that's... No, Ike. Sometimes you retreat from one battle to win the war. That... He's dumb. Don't listen to him. Alright, this is the end of our story mode. Let's switch over to prep mode. Given how long these episodes are, I'm really glad I started splitting this up. Okay, so we get to deploy the largest number of units ever in Path of Radiance, and I don't think any future maps in Path of Radiance will have this many again. So enjoy 19. It normally is very hard to find 19 good units. However, we have 19 good units, and we're going to try to level some up to 20 eventually. It will take a while, but for today's episode, we're just going to win the map, you know? And I'll do the grinding between episodes. Now, I keep wiffle-waffling on if I want to deploy Jeffrey. He does have a nice Paragon skill. I could train him up quicker than most people. And technically, he might have a support with Elincia. And there's not very many... I don't think I talked about this much, but the earlier a unit joins and has both support members involved, the more number of support points it takes. So like Ike and Soren have been with us since the beginning of the game, and you basically have to deploy them, I don't know the exact number of times, but almost every chapter you need Soren deployed for Ike and Soren to get a rank support, because you have 28-ish chapters to do it, but you probably need to spend 24 or 25 of them with Soren deployed, or else it will never build up enough. But people who join very late, like Elincia and Joffrey, I think it's like every map they get a support rank, because there's only 3 left. I think it goes... Maybe there's 3 or 4 maps left, but I think if we deploy them each map, they can get to A rank still. Similarly with Ike, if you didn't already have him at A rank. You could go Elincia Ike, of course, which would make her... It would help her stay alive a little bit. But the thing is, her and Joffrey are kinda, like, they might be marriageable, you know, there's some things there. So, like, I was thinking, like, if I wanted to get an A rank with Joffrey, I need to get that started here. So then, if I was gonna do that, like, who do I switch out? This is a pretty good map for Gatry, but maybe we leave Gatry for next time. It's good in the sense that having a very high defense unit lure enemies in is pretty sweet, but I think I'm gonna try to get him to 20 on the next one. He doesn't need much. And Nephany is actually also very good at tanking. So I was definitely planning a turn 1 Gatry strategy, but then I was thinking about it, I'm like, well, this open map is better for paladins with high movement, and there are a couple smaller maps where maybe Gatry will be a little bit more condensed and useful. Other than that, I'm not using Reese yet, but he's on my I would like to promote, and Zayhark as well. So there's still like 2 more that, even if I got everybody to level 20 on this map, which I'm not sure I'm going to be able to do, I still want to get Gatry, Zayhark, and Reese up. That's probably it. The Lagoos are just too much hassle, and I don't care about these other units enough to go through all that. There's only so much grinding I can do. So I want the units I like, I'm going to try to get to 20. So let's look at, there's a little bit more in the main menu we should look at. So you may notice that I'm not bringing very many forged weapons. So we're actually going to make this chapter a little bit more difficult, just like that one. Remember when we did the Toranio Ina fight? I actually specifically made the fight harder by bringing like low-level weaklings with weak weapons so that we could do some boss abuse. So we're doing a little bit of that again, although we're not sabotaging our strength as much this time around. But I am trying to prioritize bringing iron and steel weapons so that we don't overkill the boss, and also just maximum durability. Because what tends to be the limiting factor for this boss abuse kind of setup is how much weapons you have. There's no way to access the convoy mid-battle, so we can't just do it forever, and therefore it's a little bit tricky. Now, getting Volk to 20 might be one of the harder tricks, so he's going to have a couple daggers, and then he can steal some stuff to fill it up, because there are a couple things I'd like to steal, but I'm going to give Rayson a couple daggers as well, so that's effectively 120 attacks if he uses them all. He probably doubles generally, so that's really like 60 attack phases or defense phases that give you XP at probably 10 or more each. That's only 600, maybe 600 or 700 worth of XP. So like this should be enough daggers to get to level 15 or 16, but that might not be enough because the next chapter we'll have to get to 20. We'll see. Like I said, getting him all the way up is going to be a little bit finicky. People who have very high speed, it makes it a little bit harder to grind. That's why it was so easy to get Gatry. Just single attacks with no doubles. Doesn't break the weapon as fast. Okay, so that's kind of the way the weapons are set up. I got a lot of just heal staves. Oh, by the way, Elincia, we should talk about her first before I forget. So, level 1, technically promoted. Now, if you did not keep Jeffrey, Lucia, and Bastion alive, she would not have this sword. So, not that it's very likely that you will have them die, but if you do let them die, any of them, she will just have like a slim sword or something. This is a pretty cool sword. So, it's brave, it gets 2 attacks. So if she has enough speed, she can hit 4 times. It has infinite durability, which is pretty cool. And it is about as strong as a steel sword, right? It's 1 more might than a steel sword. And about the same hit rate, and she's slowed down by it. So she needs like 3 points of strength, and then it's not as bad. However, her strength is really low. So we're talking 18 base damage, you can see there, which isn't much. However, she can get heal staff XP because she's got A rank and staves, and can use basically any heal staff from the beginning. So remember how I'm like, Mist is pretty good, even if we don't use her sword much. Even though I specifically got her a sonic sword so that she could attack with magic. Her main purpose is, you know, mounted Kanto healing and staff stuff. Elincia can also do that. Plus, she flies, so 8 movement, 9 movement, plus flying. Elincia is really good as a support unit. Not a great combat unit, but she does have an infinite use sword, so that's pretty cool. However, there is one downside. I did mention it. If she dies... Oh, by the way, Amity also gives her defense and res, so she always gets a little bit more survivability than Mist as well. Her defense is... 14 is not that bad. How's Boyd doing, you know? Speaking of people with low defense. Boyd, where are you at? Yeah, she's not too far off of Boyd. And Boyd, you know, we funneled him some good defense levels, so... about the same as Volk, you know. Anyway, so that's Elincia. She is a game over condition, so if she dies, you know, the game ends. But if you just reset when a unit dies anyway, then, you know, what's the difference really, right? Her growth rates, 60% HP, not too high. 30% strength, not too high. Maybe giving her a strength boosting band would be nice. 80% magic, very likely to cap her magic and be very good at healing. 45 skill, 40 speed, 60 luck, crazy good actually. 25 defense, and 35 res. So she doesn't get like the high resistance that a lot of staff bots get, but you know, she can turn out, and she's got 19 levels to grow. And she does happen to be, although in Path of Radiance, I think she's pretty easy skippable. She actually is one of the best units in Radiant Dawn. So giving her a couple transfers would be totally reasonable. You might expect her to show up again later on and be a somewhat mandatory character for at least a couple maps. Alright, so that's kind of the thinking. I can transfer her over some bands at some point if I think about it. I was trying to get a little bit of strength defense on Mist, but Honestly, it doesn't really matter much. It's probably better on Alincia. If I am going to use Alincia, getting a little bit of strength and defense, slightly higher growth rates would be pretty good on her. Mist, she's already got enough strength to use the Sonic Sword. And I don't really use her to fight anyway, so, you know, that's that. And she only has 5 levels to grow anyway, so she's kind of getting towards the limit of where that can do, what that can do. Other than that, anything else to talk about? Marsh's got the full guard. Kieran has the Night Ward for now, still trying to max his speed. Oscar's probably going to still max all that anyway. Tanith has one of the Laguz Guard and a Night Band. That's strength defense as well. Jill's got the Fighter for... That one might be strength HP. I probably should have moved it, but it's fine. Thief is like skill speed. Paladin is HP speed, I think. Priest is like luck resistance. Pegasus is also probably luck resistance or something like that. Anyway, it's fine. That's the setup. As you can see, not a lot of forged weapons. So the forged weapons are just in the convoy. I'll use them never. No, I will try to use them, but it's funny because this is a map where you should bring some of your best stuff. But if you're doing the boss abuse, you probably don't want to. So we're gonna make it a little bit harder. This is our inclusivity bow. This is what I forged. So if you are fighting, you know, high level flying units or bosses, an 18 might forged silver bow is about as good as we're gonna get. So if you've got Rolf with like 30-something strength, or not 30-something, 20-something strength, and this is a base 36, you can get, I'd say, 50, nearly 60 base damage, depending on your strength. Not a lot of flyers can take that, so, you know, pretty good. Brave Bow, of course, is fun as well, but I don't think the Laguz Bow stacks the effectiveness on a flying, like shooting a Laguz bird. Also, I did sell a couple things in just all the weapons. Like, I just had too much stuff, and things that are worth a lot to sell, the Laguz weapons. So if you're stealing them, which is a good thing to steal, even if you don't want to use them, they sell for a good amount. I'll just briefly mention that. If you're looking for gold, 2,600 bucks for an axe that it's good against Laguz, but you know, you could just have a silver axe, or even just a forged steel one. It's pretty much going to do the job. Having a specialty weapon in a game where you can only bring 4 weapons at a time anyway, it's a little bit hard to bring all the stuff you might want to bring. Okay, so that was that. Skills. Okay, before I forget, let me check for skills. So I gave Ike Miracle. I can't remember if I talked about that or not. It doesn't make a huge difference, but he had 5 capacity remaining, and it's better than nothing, but probably doesn't make any difference. Oh yeah, Alincia gets renewal if I didn't mention it. She heals, I think, 5% of her max every turn. It doesn't really make a huge difference, but it's something. I did give Mist both Savior and Shade. So if she does rescue someone, she does not get a speed penalty. So because she doesn't need to attack, and she's kind of more of a support unit, being able to move up, grab someone, and then not have a penalty, so she doesn't get doubled, maybe might be worth it. We certainly don't want her to get doubled because she will die. So I thought that might make sense. Plus, she doesn't get attacked as often. I felt like that kind of made sense for her. Who else do we have some skills on? That's the same as default. I talked about that already. I talked about these before. Could probably delete that. That's fine. That's default. Default. Ah, right. I was going to mention this. So because Boyd, I gave him Wrath with you guys. I also gave him Smite because he's probably outside of the Laguz. He's about as high a base weight as anyone else. So he's got a good chance of being able to shove almost anyone. And this lets him push them 2 tiles if he wants. So that's a nice positional sort of bonus. I don't know if I'll ever remember it, but I feel like he might get the most value out of that, other than Laguz with really high weight stats. And then Provoke is basically just because he's a little bit lower on defense and higher on HP, and Provoke might get him into Wrath range. So that was kind of my combo there, like someone who the enemies might prioritize so he gets low enough to do, you know, crits with his maximum strength. I don't know if that's ever going to happen, but that was the logic. I already talked about this combo. It's pretty good. Is that everything? That's all the skills I've given out. I think, yeah. I talked about resolve and stuff already. So but that doesn't mean there's no more skills to give. Let me see if there's anything that comes to mind. I do have one more occult scroll. The Nihil or Nihil is interesting, and parity is... It's hard to imagine when those would be worth giving out. Parity, I think, maybe on a flyer. So, someone that has no support friends, because this basically means you never get support bonuses. Someone who never gets terrain bonuses, which would be a flyer. And someone who has no other skills they care about. This might potentially be decent, because if an enemy is in high quality terrain, this would undo it. But anybody with a support rank or a skill doesn't want this added in. So, like, I was thinking, like, flyers with no friends. There's not very many. I mean, Tanith does have Racing support. And she is also Earth, which is, like, it gives a lot of avoid if she's nearby. Jill has a couple potential supports. Har actually already has a decent skill that I like anyway. So I don't know, like, maybe you could give it to Elincia. She doesn't have any friends yet, and if you do, it's going to happen at the end of the game. I don't know. I was going to check the boss skill, if he has any, actually. Most enemies don't have skills, so it doesn't really matter. But every now and then you'll find someone who has, like, something kind of annoying. Does that mean we should consider giving that out? I guess I could always just sell it, but I wonder if that undoes renewal. I think it only applies in combat, right? Cancel support train skill bonuses, making units fight on ability alone. I feel like it's only going to take effect during combat, so it should sort of synergize with renewal. Although this does mean that the Jeffrey support is undone. If we get it. It's fine. I'm just gonna take that, I think. Is there anyone else? Last check. Who else? Ideally a flyer that has some capacity rank. And no supports. Ilya or Marcia's full. Jill has nothing. I guess it's acceptable on Jill. How often is she going to be within range of Mist and Har? Not super likely, I guess. But, you know, that is a downgrade of those supports. Tanith, probably less support options. Maybe that's a little better. Anybody else? Or is there something better I could give Jill? Like, I could just give her, like, Nihil. Stun, I'm not sure who I want to give the Occult Scroll to. Sorry, doing preps on camera is the trouble. I wonder if Luna would be worth it. Actually, I think the best use of the Occult Scroll is just to give to one of the Paladins again. Jill's is not very good. I think it might be time to get rid of Gamble. Yeah. Gamble, I just can never find a time where I would ever want to use this. So let's just delete that. And I'm going to give him Soul. We saw how often that triggered on Oscar. Soul is definitely one of the better ones. And self-heal is good. No real downside there. And it triggers enough that it should be solid. Okay, that's easy. Then I'm just going to give parity to Tanith because I'm never going to delete reinforcement. So she can only take a 5 capacity skill, and it's fine. It's not going to change too much. She no longer gets support bonuses from Racing, but it's unlikely that he will be next to her anyway, and enemies won't get terrain bonuses or skills that they have. So theoretically, that might actually help her in combat, whereas Elincia is not even likely to see combat, right? So now we have Nihil, which is negates. It's similar to parity, except it only applies to the enemy skills. And then we also have counter. It's a 15 point. When would we want that? I don't know. I'm trying to think of when that would be good. I'm tempted to just give it to, like, Nephany or something. Although I think, well, that Luna on the occult would be nice too. Options. Soren could take it. Should I just give it to Soren? What else would I give him? Probably nothing. Sure. I don't think it really matters. You know, he's kind of nihilistic. Maybe this makes sense. Done. And finally, counter is the one that Titania has. I don't think it's great. It doesn't. Let me look this one up again. I feel like this doesn't actually trigger very often. Sorry. I did see it trigger sometimes, but also maybe I just didn't use Titania very much. Let me read exactly how counter works. Skill divided by 2% when damaged to reflect half of that back to the enemy. So yeah, that's unfortunately one of those skill divided by 2, 13%, kind of at the higher end here. Not very good. And you need to take damage. So like, I guess that's another thing that might be better on a low defense, high HP unit. So you could make an argument that Boyd would get some value there. He's got good skill and lots of HP, but kind of low defense, so he might take some extra hits. Honestly, Volk is kind of low defense. You could try that on him, maybe. 10 points. Any reason to put on Ilyana? Thing is, like, the Sages, that's kind of the thing with Soren. Like, these two I don't put into enemy attack ranges hardly ever. I mean, Jill doesn't have anything. You know what, Jill? I don't know what I'm ever going to give you. Just take that. You're like, you're same color. You know what? That's it. It's red. Red girls on mounts get counter. And she's a bit, you know, she probably has some sharp words she counters with, so okay. Anyway, that's all that. Yeah, I spent some of my BXB, like I mentioned. And anything else? Now that it's an hour into the episode, hope that covers it. Let's get to work. There was a lot of things I wanted to talk about today. What I do need to do is reposition. So I originally wanted Gatry right here. I still have to show off the map. There's a lot of stuff to do. This is a big map. Long episode day. I wanted Gatry to go left, but I mean, Jeffrey's got pretty good defense anyway, actually, as it turns out. Because there's some enemies over here he could lure. But this is, yeah, longsword, right? I was trying to do that with a not mounted unit. Let me see, who's my... I'm looking for my next highest defense. I know Nephany has got crazy good defense. Paladins, Flyers, they're all kind of around 20s. Rolf, oddly enough, wow. Nephany, yeah, very good defense. Gatry was the one I was going to do. Okay, so with that being the case, maybe we just do Boyd. Okay, here's the play. Nephany goes left, Boyd goes up, and Jeffrey is fast, so I move the faster units are at the back because they have more positioning. So this is oh boy, it's a big map. There's a lot of enemies. There's a lot of stuff to talk about. First off, let's do a quick talk about the boss. So we can steal an elixir, which is neat, and if we kill him, we get a rune sword. Now the thing is, if we're doing a boss abuse strat, we're not going to kill him. We want him to break his weapon, really. So what we actually want him to do is switch to the spear and then steal the rune sword, which is 19 weight, but it is possible. Volk has more than 22 speed and more than 19 strength. And then we'll keep this. It is a pretty unique weapon. It's Nosferatu, basically the spell, but on a sword. And yeah, Mist would love it. She doesn't even have A-rank swords yet, but you know, we could probably get that. So that's cool. Also note, he's got very high defense and resistance, and you need to be able to do 1 damage to get XP off of him. And he does regenerate on this tile, at least. Not as much as Ina. And his weapon isn't infinite either, so you can't spam heal strats as much on this one, other than some level up HP healing on level up. So that's the plan. I'm going to try to find a way to get him to switch. I think the main thing will be having someone with very high magic resistance that he would rather attack with a spear. Like at least 3 or 4 more resistance than physical defense. And I'm pretty sure we've got a couple people like that could take like a single hit with a physical weapon rather than a spell type attack. So I feel like that shouldn't be too hard to set up. I mean, AI manipulation, we'll see if it works. Other than that, let's go through the list. There's a lot of stuff. So most of the time, we're going to start seeing just regular dudes with dangerous weapons that we can't drop or anything. So basically just assume everyone's got something that counters one of your units. So we've got to be pretty careful. There's a physics you could steal. Maybe. We'll see. Not too worried about it, but it's nice. Longbows, lots of stuff like that. Steel blades. This is the Paladin Brigade back here. Mostly swords and... Well, I mean, they got a pretty good mix. Bows, swords, everything. Got another silver sword drop. Night Killer. That's a little bit dangerous. A little bit. A bunch of regular stuff. There's a Meteor Mage. That's important. So, technically stealable if you can get him to switch, but otherwise, we probably just kill him. Also, none of us have... Do we have anyone with C-rank Meteor Fire yet? I don't know. It doesn't matter that much. I'm never even using them. Just hoarding it. But, you can always steal stuff if you want. Killer Lance, theoretically, could switch to a short spear without too much trouble. You just max range, and then steal a Killer Lance. Those are pretty good. Maybe. Another Sleep Staff, so prepare to get slept. Another stealable one, but it's pretty far back, and I'll probably have forgotten by the time we get there, but you never know. Maybe I'll pull that off. Longbows, short axes are okay. Yeah, you could always try to steal the Laguz axe to sell it if you don't care about using them. Like I mentioned, they're worth a lot. And a Bolganone, another Mend. And that's it. That's the full list. There will be reinforcements. We'll see them all around, kind of the north side mostly. And yeah, I think that's all the prep. A lot of prep. There's a lot of things that could be stolen. Maybe we'll get some. I'm not sure. I'm not too worried about it. 15 turns. There's lots of reinforcements over time. Nothing for your movement, all just for turn passing. And if you want max BXP, you got 13 turns, which isn't that hard, but this is a big map, so you got to get moving. So let's get it moving. General Bertram, only 1 hour in before we start the fight. The Crimean army has risen to the bait. Orders? Your orders, sir. General, are you awake? What should we do? Turn the ground soft with blood. Make a graveyard of this place. Bury them all. Yes, sir. I'm not sure what's up with him, but he seems to be some sort of undead general, maybe. Soren, do you have any information? Our intelligence reports say it is the commander, Bertram, one of Dane's 4 riders. Oh, similar to Patrine? Well, not exactly. The name 4 riders is given to the 4 persons of highest ability. So the members can change? Who are the current 4? First, General Patrine, dead. Second, General Bertram, today. Third, General Bryce. Don't know where he is. And finally, the enigmatic Black Knight. That is 4. So, the same Black Knight that murdered Commander Grail. I don't even know if he has a horse to ride, but yeah, apparently he's one of the 4 riders. Yeah. Tell us, Soren, any more information about this Bertram? I know not where he hails from. He appeared after the fall of Crimea and quickly gained Ashnard's favor. A man of no mean ability. Like the Black Knight, he always wears his armor and never shows his face. Some say he's not even in armor, and that it is inhabited by an ancient specter or demonic creature. It's all just superstition and rumor, designed to heighten fear of the man. We should just kill him. Not important, we'll find out once we cross swords. Then we can discover for ourselves if he's a loudmouth braggart or a monster. Or if we are the monsters. Anyway, as long as we can wound him, I don't care, let's go. Yeah, so far there's only 1 person we can't injure. We need to figure something out for that. Titania's like, how come I don't get to stay? She runs off. I should be in this battle. I'm your first paladin, right? All right, mega map. Take a swig. It's a seize, so Ike needs to take the throne. All right, so lots of enemies. We're gonna try to lure this pack over first. I think they're linked. Killing Edge is a little bit scary. Longsword, not as bad. And yeah, I feel like Nephany is just gonna maybe move into range of 2 of them. That should be fine. She's got a ton of defense. They're gonna do -5 damage and -3 damage. Like I said, not too scared about this. You can use one of your lances for now. Steel lances. Okay, that should get the left side started. I'm not sure what triggers them to move, but no siege tomes or anything. Just start drawing them over. I'm pretty sure these guys start moving on their own, but we'll find out. We do have a little bit of a somewhat protected start. Like, you could definitely make a line diagonally along here. We've got lots of units that can protect your weaklings behind them. I don't think we will need to. But let's just be smart. So things to watch out for. Hammer. This is one of the reasons Gatry was going left originally. However, it turns out Gatry's not here today. Lagoo's Axe doesn't matter unless you've got some Lagoo's. And then Steel Axe, Killer Axe, Short Axe. So I generally don't want to be in range of the Killer Axe on enemy phase. Just don't want to have to risk it. So I think basically some strong units, you know, in range of maybe with a short axe. So range 1, 2, sort of along this diagonal, just outside of the killer axe range is what I'm thinking. Someone who can counter hammer, Lagoo's, and short axe. And I think that might just be Boyd. They should be drawn towards him a little bit anyway, and I don't think they're going to hit him. Other options would be... Honestly, Kieran would probably be pretty good. Because he could get the Oscar support for some protection. Oscar's probably pretty solid too. Maybe we do Oscar. He will have weapon triangle disadvantage if I go Javelin here. But also I forgot to... Should have bought him a new Steel Lance. I tried to make sure I replaced everyone's half-broken weapons, but... Well, you know how it is. Okay, if I put anyone else along that diagonal, the short axe guy will go for them. So what I will instead do is put Ike beside him to give him support. And also Kieran... That's 20 avoid. And if I put Kieran below him... Although they have a range of 3. You don't have to be right this close. This gives him 42 avoid. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's that A rank support. With wind and earth even is still pretty solid. So yeah, I'll take that. Cool. Other things. We probably want some more fighting support on the left side for player phase. I think... I think I'm going to send Jeffrey to the left for later. I'm going to send... So I'm thinking of support chains a little bit more than normal on this map. I think Boyd... What do I want Boyd to do? Maybe I should have had Boyd closer to help Jeffrey out. So I'll send him left. Oh. That was a mistake. That's in range of the thing I didn't want to be in range. Okay, that's fine. Fix. Undo. I mean, I could have just used the save state. It doesn't really matter. We could just restart in turn 1, but... I don't think Rayson had anything pressing to do turn 1 anyway. So stay out of attacks. This lets Boyd catch up a little bit over here anyway. And he does have that smite, so, you know, there's that. I'll send them 1 mage. Wait. Oh. I see what I've done. Wow. Okay, here's the plan. Har, you're gonna fly over here. You're gonna make sure they've got range 1-2 weapons at least. Can you only trade once per turn? Dang it. Well, they're just gonna go for Boyd. Also, that is a bow, technically. Alright. I guess I forgot about the offset here. I was thinking one tile away was good, but that's only on the right side. On the left side, that's not correct at all. It's 3 tiles away. Alright, alright. I did want Soren to go left, but now I want him to wait a little bit so he can go to here. And that should be safe. Nope. I can't do it. I can't be trusted. Alright, give up on that plan. The plan has changed. The plan is now protect our units, and we're going to have to kill them on player phase. Whoops. Things just didn't quite work out. It's fine. Everyone move. I should really be watching out for those bows, but I think it's just the guy in the back that's the bow. Okay. Well, we have to block up Race in one way or the other, so... Slight change of plan. Whoops. There's a lot of overlapping angles. That's just... I was thinking more about getting support bonuses and stuff set up, and I should have just been thinking, don't let your mage and dancer get killed. Alright, just move people close enough, they should be able to help next turn, whatever happens. Oh yeah, Savior, that's the new rescue. Elincia, yeah, you're definitely not the one I want to leave into any kind of threat. So for now, you stay back. And Tanith, you know, I am going to call your reinforcements. I should have done this before Ike moved, I guess, but it's fine. Sure, they're just going to buy us a turn. All according to plan. Seeing as my counter killing on enemy phase, I think, had completely fallen apart. Summoning these kind of just gives the warriors their someone to beat up on for a little bit. We might be losing a little bit of XP, but I think it'll work out. But yeah, there's a lot of enemies coming. Looks like my Nephany strat at least is going to work. Oh, by the way, that's what Nephany looks like in combat. I think this is the first time... No, I might have showed her a little bit in the big one with Torneo and Ina, but I do like the Halberdier. It's a very good class. I mean, it's not actually a super effective class, but it is a neat concept. And the stat caps are very good. Alright, that's one down. And... Alright, at least my Falcon Knights are fast. Alright, Nephany. Yeah, I do think having just Nephany and Gatry lure out the first wave would have been superior. But... because we would have counter-killed a whole bunch on enemy phase 1, and we would have had a lot more freedom of movement on turn 2, but I think we'll probably manage. Yeah, they're all coming at us. Good thing we can deploy 17 units. Okay, so, big priority, watch out for cavalry. Meteor Tome, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So as long as we're not going, like, left of the cavalry or above the mage, we should be okay. This leaves us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. At least we need to kill. And I might want to have someone head up this way too, or at least a couple people, potentially. So, we could probably do Oscar, Ike, and Kieran up this direction and kill 3 of these. if I want. I might be able to dance a 4th kill, but I won't be able to kill them all. Not sure I want to do that or not. Left side, I think for the most part we ignore this big batch for a turn. Maybe watch out for their range. Just I mean, I might leave maybe Nephany like with a javelin or something in range of the halberdier showdown. Yeah, I could see her being in range of a couple. I mean, wait. 27, 27. None of them can really hurt her. She's pretty strong. It's not enough to kill, though. That's the thing. Okay, Rolf, you're not really an enemy phaser anyway. I think we just let Rolf get the safely killing the killing edge, right? Sure. Why not, right? Alright, that'll do. And Marcia... I think Marcia might just chip damage this this little cat, and then let Nephany finish it, hopefully. Sure. Fine, 10% crit. Yeah, it's gonna happen. Alright, that's fine. We'll just keep her a little bit out of range. Okay, how many people do we want Nephany to counter? Like, all of them except the mage? She's not going to kill these armor knights, probably, but... Sure. I think that's fine. We're going to burn through some javelin charges here, but this should clean up a lot of this mess. And that way we can focus on the other group, which is probably the play, yeah. We don't need to rush into here just yet. Let's take these down a little bit piecemeal. So, does that mean Jeffrey can do anything here? Also, Boyd, maybe some of the lower movement. We got a killer axe. Always a bit spicy. Just want to see what this looks like. Very low hit rate. We take 15 damage tripled if we get crit, right? He would survive it. The hit rate is so low, though, right? Why would I risk it, though, you know? 24, 24, wow. Yeah, why risk it? I mean, we could just crit start anyway, of course. I'm telling you guys, I haven't found a way to cheat and make sure I get crits all the time on camera, but it seems to happen a lot. Alright. Now, Jeffrey, you're definitely one of the weaker base stats, so let's see, maybe... Is that within range of getting meteored? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No. Unless he moves, which is possible. I don't expect you die to 1 meteor, though, right? 9 resistance. That's 19 damage on its own. Certainly not going to kill you in 1 hit. Let's see if he can even win this. I don't even know. 15-15. Barely. Assuming he doesn't miss. Let's go with a higher accuracy, then. I really need this round. Everyone basically needs to one-round an enemy, basically. I can't be doing half damages and stuff. People need to die. Blue Ankilo 2026. People just need to die. That's where we're at right now. It would be neat if like Tanith also a little bit weaker Could we get a kill on Alincia? We could probably kill this one. The 11 HP. We just gotta really be careful with her. That gives her 2 tiles of Canto. And there's like, you know, a Bow Knight that could probably kill her. I think if we get rid of the Hammer guy, that would be ideal first. Maybe we send Mia out there. I think I send Mia max move and delete 1. Well, 18... There's no guarantee she deletes him. But she's got so many tricks, right? Surely a crit or an adept will proc. Yeah, see? I actually think she had a pretty good chance of getting him. 23%. Each attack had a 23% chance to crit and adept. So all we needed was 1 out of 4 23% rolls to hit. I think. Or whatever her crit rate and skill rates are. But yeah. 28% chance for adepts times 2. And whatever the crit modified turned into. Yeah, I think that was relatively likely to happen. Har's a little bit back. Just focusing on the people that have the least number of options first, as is usually the play. That's not a kill either, dang. These guys do have a lot of HP. I mean, do I have anyone that can kill that guy? Probably Astrid, right? 23, 23, yeah. So if I've got someone who can one round, we should use them. Although, Astrid, you know, could have killed that mage. She is really good right now. I'm in love. Don't tell the blue inky lass. A Paragon trainee mounted Canto, super Canto, whatever. Yeah. I like it, you know. Alright. The question was, how do we take these guys down? 15 doubled easily. I do have Sorin. I have more people than I need to win this fight. And then maybe not as many people as I will need for the Paladin fight. By the looks of it. So I should have perhaps repositioned more units, especially Paladins, along the north side of my starting zone than on the left side. But I wasn't, you know, I didn't pre-prepare the whole fight, right? In hindsight, yeah, we probably didn't really need Jeffrey and Har over on the left, and Marcia. Maybe Nephany and like 1 or 2 others would be enough to hold this army back. And then we could have just rushed this group right now. Not that I'm not going to try. Still 3 kills up there. Ilyana. No one actually even needs healing. They haven't done any damage either. Okay. Well. Maybe Har goes for the axe guy? I don't know if he can do that one either, but let's find out. 2020, as long as he doesn't miss. He's got a good chance. It's not perfect, but... As long as he hits 1, it's an easy setup. And no problem. Nice. And he's got such a cool looking wyvern there. What a cool dude. Alright, done. And then, yeah, so now, I guess, if I want to, we can feed... just barely our first kill to Alincia. Also, I believe we can do a triangle attack at some point on this map. I'm gonna try. And not the usual one with the boys. You might notice I have 3 Pegasi. Alright, good. Just stay back in general. Yeah, I definitely want to kill 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. From the bottom, we can kill this guy. But we need to get rid of a Bolgan owner. We could steal a men's staff. I don't know. I think that really... Oh, no, never mind. We can't get up there. Volk, too slow. Rayson has a dance. Probably want to dance someone up to help kill this group. So that leaves basically only Jill for the mage. And then maybe we're dancing... What's your movement? 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, we could dance Mia up. Or even Astrid. That might... We could dance Astrid up. Okay. Okay. I feel relatively confident with this. Not a one-shot. We do take some counter here. Not really much I can do about that. I guess if I had a ward staff, I could give some magic resistance, but... if I canto to the right, Ilyana could heal them. Okay, that's the play. 28 damage, doubled, 100%, nothing to worry about. And just train in that axe rank, you know? Oh, this might be the first Bolganol use. It does look quite cool. I'll have to try to show off all the A-rank tomes if I can. Alright, that worked. We can even pull back a little bit here. Mist will... No, Ilyana will heal. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, wait, we didn't get hit. Never mind. It didn't even matter. Of course. Classic. Okay, so... Oscar could technically kill this one. Maybe. Well, let's see. That is a negatory. Without getting closer, that's a no. So... we could dance Jill. 27. She's got 2 more strength. And this is a little harder because I didn't bring my forged weapons. Yeah, she's got a lot of strength. Is it better to send Jill... Can she get to the bows? She got 9, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ugh. I'm like very close to killing them all. I could probably shove Ilyana with Volk. That might also get us one of these kills. Alright, let's just go. Ike, kill the bow guy that you can reach, right? 20 damage, perfect. Let's just assume that we're fine. Nothing to worry about, right? No need to fully calculate every single step along the way. Just assume. Ah, I forgot about these stupid yellow guys again. Oh, I wish you could just control them anytime without having to use... Alright, Ilyana. You hide behind Ike. 2020, another easy kill. I have a feeling we're still not going to be able to kill all 5 of them, but we should kill 4 of them. And I think if everyone's at good health, I don't think the Paladins can one-shot anybody. At least as long as the people I leave up there are the right people. Alright, Kieran can only get to here. 16. I think we got to use enthusiasm and not miss. Yeah, forged weapons are pretty good. I mean, part of the reason Path of Radiance isn't that difficult is because forged weapons exist. If you didn't have them, or if you didn't spend the money to give yourself +5 steel and silver weapons, yeah, things are definitely a little harder. You could do a playthrough with no forging. It would be a little tricky. maybe the original design, like the original difficulties of the game, like predates the Forge system. Like they made all the enemy stats before they had decided they were going to add that in. Maybe? I don't know. Are they going to be able to hit? Well, the steel bow, what are we looking at? If this goes for Jill, 33 base damage, 11. As long as she's not hit by anything else, that's fine. Or if we dance her, she's the closest, but she couldn't reach the bow guy either, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Well, she could, but she'd do a ranged attack. I mean, it might be worth it. Unfortunately, I think Oscar just makes this attack, and you know he hits or he misses. You know, 15 times 2 or 14 times 2, both about the same. I guess the javelin is a bit better on enemy phase. Maybe we just send Jill to finish this guy. It's harder to guarantee people like Ilyana are safe if there's potentially 2 attacks coming at them, right? We do want to make sure this guy can't get to Rayson, and he's so far back. Actually, yeah, killing this soldier, this paladin, is better, because he can reach, well, like, Mia doesn't really matter. He's got more movement. Anyway, like, yeah, if Rayson is here, then he's not safe. So that's the plan. I think Tanith and Mist could also rescue drop him if I really needed to. If we somehow fail this attack. You know. So for interest's sake, we can see how much damage the bow will do. 11. Yeah, that's not enough to be too scared. And it was only 39%. So instead... Can't quite block the path. If Oscar could have moved down, you could have, like, blocked the way past. That would have been nice. Sure, this should be fine. Still think this is a little bit better than going for the bow knight. Alright, pretty good counter push. Might as well just move left. That's where we'll be needed later. This is nobody I'm too worried about. Everyone over here is at full, except Kieran, and he's close enough. There's no way 24 damage kills anybody in here. Even they'll probably go for Ilyana. 16 is not going to kill her. And then if the mage hits her with meteor, that doesn't do any damage to her. So yeah, should be fine. Honestly, these Holy Guard might just move up there and get shot anyway, so that's... They're just going to keep doing that. Mist, I think... She's going to move left. Potentially help out anything on this side that we might need. Oh, you know what? Sure. There is someone who could be healed. You're welcome. I kind of wish Tanith got either some XP, like maybe half XP for anything these guys did. That'd be feel nice. It wasn't just wasted, you know. I could summon another batch. I think I'll wait until I have Ike available to command them, because I keep forgetting. And if I summon another group, well, they'll be back here. Actually, this is probably fine, honestly. She can only do that twice per mission, so just get that out of the way. And then I won't accidentally do it. Oh, they're going to run there. All right. Sure. Messing with my enemy phase again. Still, this one. Great job. Honestly, that's like the ideal outcome. Alright. Nephany. Not actually a knight. Not killed by the knight. Of course, by not counter-killing, you know, she's not going to be able to hit as many, but... I think I did predict that there was very little chance we're going to be killing these guys. Just drawing them in, getting some damage, letting the rest of the group finish them. Should be fine. I mean, she could solo this. If no one else was nearby, she could just stay here and counter-kill them all eventually. Literally 0 damage. Yeah, alright. You know, halberdiers, don't sleep on them. They get javelins, which are good. Pretty good strength. And other than straight up generals, I think the highest defense cap. And high enough that it's pretty solid. Alright. One spear guy just wasted. Mage guy going for the physic, sure. Probably nothing we could do about that. Maybe you could have left her unequipped or something, but yeah. Oh, well, the mage did move to meteor. Alright. A significant hit, but nothing that should cause too much issue. Okay, first things first. Ike needs to direct. This doesn't even end your turn. Right now, I want them to get out of the way. Get out of my way. Okay. That doesn't end his turn. That's just fine. But you can't do that after he takes his turn. Can we kill the meteor mage? Yes. I think we have to do that. Now that might put you in range of sleep. But I'd rather get rid of that guy before we take any more meteor damage. Blam. Also, there's going to be reinforcements up here anyway, so I won't need it. Is she... How's her ranks? Still want to get that A rank bow, honestly. I would love her to have a forged silver bow. But she can't use them yet. By the end of this fight, pretty sure we'll have some more A's and S ranks. I got a good feeling. Okay. Done. What is the range on this, just for interest's sake? It's still magic divided by 2, so 8 squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So they would have to... I don't think they can actually hit her at all. Maybe from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nope. So even if he moves and casts it, we're out of range. That's good. Yeah, that's good. Nice. Alright, someone does have to finish this one off. I'm going to let Jill do it, because she's a bit speedier, given the whole mounted bird thing, wyvern thing, you know. In terms of weapon ranks, she's also trying to get A rank on something, like a lance, so that she can equip a silver lance for the final medal. I mean, the axe rank is good, but it's going to take a lot longer to get A rank axes. Maybe we'll get them both. You never know. Alright, done. Let me check reinforcement timers. This is turn 3. Turn 4, we'll get some in the top right. That's fine. And then turn 5 will be near the castle. And turn 7 is also by the castle. And turn 9 is also by the castle. And turn 15 is between the castle and the top. Okay, so we got lots of reinforcements. We'll get a little bit up here. And then we'll get a whole bunch near the castle, and eventually a few up here. That's the general gist. So I think next step is, maybe I should put a save state down so I don't make a mistake and have to redo all this, because this is taking a while. Alright, how much can we clean up here? Well, now I want more people on the left. Elincia! Just for interest, I don't think she can hurt these guys. No. She's probably going to end up healing Jeffrey, honestly. Anyone else can help on the left. Now we've got too much to the right, you know? Back. Oh, Roy's on the wrong side. We're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 kills ideally. 1, 2, 3, 4. Rayson can dance someone closer, that's 5. I'm looking for shoves and stuff that might get one more unit in range. Probably not going to happen. Alright, so... we can't kill them all. If I'm going to have any cavalry around. We need to make sure the knight is dead. And then, like, whoever has the most damage. 25. Steel Blades. Laguz Bow. Okay. So it's the knights, ideally, and the bow. And then the short spear halberdiers aren't... Well, they're not actually fairly weak. And then the cat is also not too scary. Okay, so that's sort of the plan. If you call it a plan. This Armor Knight is the most difficult to kill because he's at full. In theory, Mist could also kill one. You know what? I'm down. Okay, if Nephany moves, Mist could probably kill that one, right? 39 damage, you think she could do that? We're looking 25-ish times 2. Yeah, it should be fine. Okay, Nephany. Also, if one of them's alive, the mage will probably continue physicking. That's fine. I think Nephany goes for the archer. Or, not, yeah. Okay. Again, don't plan out every single step unless you really, really want to. Just wing it. Let's see if her on-screen level ups are as good as his off-screen. I mean, you know, skill is still pretty good. It doesn't really matter. Okay, now she's captor skill. Wow, whatever. I don't know what her defense max is, but she'll probably get that too. Alright, so now, Mist, how you feel about this? Technically, if we kill this guy, she can move there, but this is probably better. 24, 24, easy peasy. Might as well use it a little bit, right? Getting some lag on some of these animations. Maybe they're just animations we haven't loaded before. But if you hear the audio skip, as far as I know, it's just a one-time deal. We'll see. With all my other tech issues, who knows? Maybe this will all be a giant black screen for you guys. Alright, Archer, we got... Tanith is a bit weaker. Marsh is fine. We got 4 kills left. We're only going to leave one guy alive. That's nothing. We're so close to killing them all. But I don't think Alencia can kill anything. Yeah, it's 2 damage. Sorry, Alencia. You're not quite ready for that. It is very difficult to train her up. Har is so close too. Not that anyone can push him, but... Oh wait, we got the race and dance. Is that enough? We've got probably Marcia, Rolf, kill. That's 2. There's 3 left. Boyd plus... Assuming Tanith can kill someone, and then race and dance is someone that actually is the full set. Alright. Maybe Tanith can kill the Night Killer? Just maybe? Yes, but not easily. 21 defense, 21 defense. I'm gonna do this and then Kanto to the right. Because she's probably... Assuming she gets hit anyway. 13, 13. 8, 8. Yeah, we have to use the forge. The reason I left her a forged weapon is I knew her base strength was a bit weak, so... I had a feeling there would be some situations where I would basically need the forged lance to actually kill anything. And I was correct. Now, sure, you could have given her a Knight Slayer herself, or an Armor Slayer of some sort, but... Okay, she didn't get hit. Follow Nephany. Should be fine for now. Okay, Boyd has limited targets. Well, sort of. Thinking... What am I trying to train up on Boyd? Doesn't really matter. Yeah, let's get rid of these short spear guys. They got a lot of hit points, so let the big axes deal with it, right? Okay. And we are going to... Maybe we dance Soren, actually. Yeah. Is there anyone else that needs any healing at all? Kieran does. Okay, I will have Elincia heal Kieran after he moves. I'll have Soren heal Jeffrey after he moves. Something like this should be safe. We just need to make sure Soren can hit like the Armor Knight. That should also be easy. Yeah, we've got so many healers now. No excuse not to top people up other than just being lazy. And, I mean, I know I've talked about it a lot, but definitely need to work on training up our mages. You know, we want to make sure they get some weapon ranks. 17, 17. Hey, that's perfect for weapon XP, you know? I think. I'm pretty sure add up still triggers it anyway. There are some, you know, combinations of skills and things in some Fire Emblems where they don't always work consistently. Maybe you don't get weapon XP on Adept in some games, for instance. I think there are some where Brave weapons don't actually give you double XP. Well, it looks like we got him. Nice. Almost makes me want to go after the mage over there. I don't think we can get into range. Oh, that's not going to do. Hold on. We need actual damage against these cats. 17, 17? No. Do I want to use my awesome lance? Rolf, I don't suppose you can kill the kitty cat. 16, 16? Yeah, you got this, right? 19, 19? Perfect. Plus, like, ridiculous crit chances, of course. Just imagine with the killer bow. We have, like, 50-something% here. We got a crit anyway, but didn't even need it, you know? I do think I could see an archer with, you know, somewhat less strength, but a really high crit rate in the sniper thing. Like, once you get to 40-50% crit rates, it's, as long as your speed is high enough to double, it's a pretty good chance to get a crit in every round of combat. And I could see an archer focusing on that and being still pretty good. However, just raw strength is generally better, right? Alright, I assume this one will be easier to kill. That could be wrong. No, it's right. She has S-rank lances, so if you want sword rank, you gotta train that up. It's not enough damage. Dang it! Alright. Can't let this guy live. Alright, things are going pretty well. Another common Fire Emblem thing is if you get the first couple turns successfully, generally the rest of the map is fairly easy after that. A lot is contingent on a good opening. We're going to heal... I did give orders already, I didn't forget. We're going to heal Kieran. Elincia. I'm going to make sure I don't put her into any real danger. I wonder how much heal XP she gets. Still just 10, I think. I should probably have these guys highlighted just in case. I figured, pretty sure we had some space, but you know. Ilyana will also move. No one to heal over here. Well, I'm considering sending Mia up. There will be some reinforcements here. Now, I think we push left. The reinforcements will just come at us from behind. It's not going to make much difference. Rather than having my group split up. Yeah, we could have healed that one, but... Wouldn't mind having Har up here because he can fly. Like, flyers are, you know... They're just real good. All right, we got the reinforcements kind of grouping up a little bit. Not sure what I want to do with them, but what is this? Oh, right, yeah. I did put the lure taunt on Boyd here. Maybe we could have given him a hand axe or something for a counter, but didn't even get hit. Archer moves, that's pretty good. Reinforcements arrive. What are we looking at? Axes, lances, short spear. Yeah, I could have sent me up there to help, but I don't think we need to. Maybe Jill, because she can swoop up and then fly left. Maybe. I mean, Astrid's already here. She could still catch up with the boss attacking group if we want, but realistically, if I, how much we got? We got 3 squares, 1, 2, 3. Can Jill get that far? I don't think so. I'd like to use the bow for weapon XP. However, then we won't counterattack them. So it's probably better to not do that. Not that we're going to be one-shotting these anyway. Too much defense. This is just Astrid's training arc. She'll be fine. I mean, she's got the Paragon. She'll level up real quick. Alright, just remember that they're back here. Shouldn't be too much to worry about, right? 22 defense. I didn't check, but I mean, that is 9. That's 5. I mean, if they all somehow hit her, she takes like 20 damage, but I think she'll be okay. Alright, left side. We want probably to start luring these right as well. Maybe that guy. Maybe not. Maybe I need to watch out for this guy's movement range, honestly. Killer Lance. Oh, we can use the short spear trick. Okay, if we're at his max range, that actually works really well. Okay, so who do we do with that? Now, this is one of the guys I was thinking of stealing a Killer Lance from. Maybe we can get Volk in position for that. Theoretically, that could work next turn. So we could set up someone with a ranged weapon to counter but not kill. That could just be hard. He has weapon advantage. He's not... He might even double against one of these guys, actually. Yeah, definitely. Okay, good. Then we want someone to lure... So we can lure one Steel Lance Wyvern to this tile, and that would be the only lure. And then we could have a different person lure on this tile. If you care. So I will care. And they're coming in with lances. I'm just going to play it like this. Might not kill them on enemy phase, but as long as they move over and don't do too much damage. I hope this guy is linked and just follows them. Let's see if we can kill these two without being in range of them, right? Because we want these to come to the middle, I think. So, oh, there's also this priest as well. I guess maybe there was a way Volt could have just stolen this physics staff. Oh well, this one's got more uses on it. Okay. Steel bow. Okay. Tanith I've been trying to help a little bit. Because she's a little bit weaker. Yeah, she can't one-round people with 19 strength, and without a forged weapon anyway. Nephany is cracked. Marsh is pretty cracked. Boyd also... All these guys are maybe too strong. Maybe we let Sorin do a fire attack. And then maybe Nephany can set up a 17. Yeah. Oh no, that's a kill. Dang it. She's too good. She's too strong. Rolf, are you kind of the same boat? You got a iron bow. That is exactly a kill again, even with no crits. Void's probably even stronger. Sorry, Tanith, it's just hard to get you set up. I don't suppose we've got a weaker... Yeah, that'll do. Okay. Combo. Pegasus Knight work. And then we can Canto safely for later. I will let Soren deal with the cat. I mean, there was zero chance of him surviving, right? This is way too much damage. I definitely feel like fire is not that important. Like, it is good for killing tigers, but it's kind of overkill most of the time. Ooh, that's not bad. Magic skill defense, yeah. Alright, alright. And then Tanith can actually get a little bit of a chip XP. Well, not even chip, an actual kill. An actual kill! I know I mentioned Tanith was really good. She is good. She just isn't trained up with... I think Marcia is just overly strong, so she gives a better impression. Flyers, Falcon Knights often aren't the one-rounders. But they are very good at chip damage and just being mobile, and they do a lot of stuff. In terms of I mean, Jeffrey getting a kill with his Paragon wouldn't be too crazy, would it? He will take some damage, but it's a pretty easy kill. Besides, we need to take some damage if we want to get our healers healed up. I swear, if that had been a crit or something, somehow, he would have lived. But we did just miss another 89% before 2RN, which means, like, another 98, 99% miss. Brutal. We didn't take any damage, at least. We could try again. Or he's just helping out for Elincia. Yep. It was on purpose. Now, if I want to use Elincia and get her to level 2020, I might have to rig some levels to get her some strength. I don't know how much. Oof. The boss is what, 25 defense? Fortunately, there's no, unlike some Fire Emblems, there's no throne defense bonus. Like, what was it, Thracia? They got like plus 10 defense on the throne or something. Like, almost no one would be able to even hurt this boss. That's a classic Kaga tier Fire Emblem there. Could be healed. Could be healed. Might as well heal a little bit, I guess. The hardest part, I think, is going to get the sages enough levels. Like, if I want to rank up their staff, it's going to be tricky. Alright, I'm going to leave Jill in support, well, in range of helping out in case Astrid somehow gets hit, 3 out of 3. Ike provides support bonuses to these two, I think. Nia just prepares to go up as well, I think. Ilyana, is there anyone that has a tiny bit of HP? Nope. She can't really do anything, so she just stands here and watches. Rayson also doesn't really have to do much either. I mean, this happens. This just shows how good we are. Who's your support? Titania, not around. Sorry, Boyd. Never really got you a friend. This is looking pretty good, though. I have to say. Yeah, I think Volk could have stolen that physic, and then we could have danced him. In hindsight, we had the ability for that, but didn't need it. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna change one little thing here. I'm gonna tell the allied guys to come closer so that my healers can heal them without having to chase them around. And you shall target a little bit closer to my backline. And that'll do. I mean, having those extra flyers is actually very powerful, but I don't want them stealing my XP, you know? Only for emergencies. But they are a great distraction. The enemies love killing them. I think it was Sacred Stones. There was a summoner class, or druid, or whatever it was called, that could summon literally 1 HP, 0 stat units that couldn't do anything other than just get hit. And they were still a very good class, because you could summon, like, infinite reinforcements that just... Each one enemy wasted a turn attacking, basically. And on its own, that was very good. The ones we get from Tanith are 3 at a time, and actually can fight a bit, and fly. Like, it's actually kind of crazy how strong it is. But it does potentially funnel some experience away. Alright, good look. And Astrid. Yeah, so we're looking at 26 hits. That's... I mean, if she gets hit even once, is like the enemy getting a little bit lucky here. Okay, Astrid level again. Alright. I mean, 4 points after she's already maxed out 2 stats is amazing. I wouldn't be surprised if that maxes her skill, or at least it's close. Would like to get a little bit of defense. Her defense growth isn't crazy good, though. I think for a lot of her levels, I gave her a band that boosts her defense growth a bit, because it definitely needs a little bit of help. I think she's meant to be the frailest of your paladins. However, with Paragon, she tends to level up so fast it might not even matter. And that's kind of why I'm thinking of training up Jeffrey. Just because he has Paragon, it makes training him to 20 a lot easier. So, even if the transfer bonuses aren't crazy good, it's just easier than most units to do it. Alright, more reinforcements. But we're starting to cordon them in. Also, we've got our big bird ready. Nice. Okay. Progress. Let's keep moving. We have indeed capped 3 stats. That might be all we get, but we might be able to get defense up. I don't know what the max on a lady paladin is. Okay, I think we... So this guy didn't get lured over. Interesting. So not part of the group. No group AI there. Brave Swords. A bunch of paladins up here. We're still way ahead of schedule. Remember, the full BXP is 13 turns. We have cleared at least half the map, and we're only on turn 5. And sure, they'll still get some reinforcements up here, but I think we're okay. Now, one of the things is, you know, can I steal this sleep staff? The more support they have, the harder that will be. But maybe first off, let's get that killer lance. I think that's worth stealing. I may never use it, but I will steal. Yoink. Now, I only have 1 more inventory space, so unless someone drops something, we're not stealing both the physic and the sleep. Maybe we deal with this top right first. Yeah. In case of sleep, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That is 3 tiles left of this guy. So I think we plan for Jill to maybe fly up next turn, depending on how things go. But I'm going to try to not let her get put to sleep. I don't think we'll have any more reinforcements on the low ground in this top right, so no need to stick around. 1, 2... Just 2 should be fine, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Unless they will move and sleep, that should be fine. And then Astrid just shoots and runs. Just imagine if this was that forged silver bow, how much damage it could do. I think we'd be over 30 easily, and then the crit would... We might even be able to do over 100 damage on a crit. Not that anything has 100 hit points, but fun. Alright. Clean. Next up... Well, I guess we want to lure... That's a 33 damage lance. Maybe a Nephany. Brave Sword is 28. That's basically nothing to Nephany. I think we're going to draw a group out with Nephany next. Yeah. I think that'll be fine. She can just barely get in there. I'll leave the Javelin equipped. So she can counter everybody. Including this guy with the short axe. Okay, that's one. So just a little bit of math just to make sure I didn't do something dumb. 27 defense is good. That's 6 damage. This actually does 0 because of weapon disadvantage, so 0. If this hits 1 less, that's 28. With weapon advantage, that would turn into 29 after all, so that's 2. So 6 plus 2, plus nothing. Yeah, she's good. She's good. That's our girl with lots of defense. Defense tanks, not my favorite, but sometimes, you know. Jeff. Maybe we get another Elincia kill? Maybe. I don't know about this. No. Probably neither of these are available. Yeah, she doesn't do enough damage. That's okay. Anyone need a little bit of healing? Not really. Well, we could heal Nephany, but not really. I mean, I guess stay out of range of the Wyvern, right? And that should be the only one that can get there. Okay. So, it's not nothing. Is she... Okay, I don't think this is a level up for her, but just in case. Yeah. That should be fine. I mean, Tanith is kind of at the back. Maybe you could just fly up. And I have more units here that could use XP than I have enemies that can give XP. This is a kill, and maybe even we'll take some damage, you know? Probably not. Her skill... Oh, that's the parry skill coming on. That's what that is. It's like, why does that keep activating? It doesn't even do anything. It doesn't do much. But, yeah. That's what that is. Okay, so I gotta be careful here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So yeah, even one more square over is in range of sleeping. And I think the reinforcements just move immediately. I'm fairly sure about that. So the goal will be maybe to Kanto kill this tiger. Or just someone that can kill and get rescued or something like that. We also have like the bird. We could probably charge up right now if I planned this out a little differently. But like I said, I'm not in a huge rush. So let's not do anything dumb. It's hard not to do dumb things, though. Priorities. Who do I want? Maybe Jeffrey? Don't suppose you could kill this guy with your Paragon. You're a Paragon of Virtue. I mean, I like Jeffrey. Paragon Paladin. I already have one on Astrid. He's not much different. Just joins real late and has kind of the same weapons, basically. Okay, he's getting some practice in. Making sure... Checking dangerous tiles here more than normal. Okay, Ilyana, you're gonna stay safe, and... maybe you'll take some damage, it's fine. As long as the cat is dead, Ilyana's safe. 54 hit, though. Ow! That does put her into Wrath range, though, so, you know, maybe that's not a bad thing. If we wanted Wrath. Because now she's got, It doesn't show it... Oh, wait, no, she doesn't have Wrath. Ilyana is someone you could give Wrath to. But, sorry, I was thinking of, Nephany. Yeah, never mind. So this one can make it to the Tiger's spot, but I don't want to stay there anyway. Just looking at ranges. We're going to just use probably Oscar and Kieran here, I think. They just need to be adjacent or diagonal to Volk, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I mean, in theory. We could train up that bull rank a little bit. Sure. Nothing extra damage, but just making sure we're healthy. Sure, just farming that weapon XP, no biggie. Except not. We shall crit to preserve the usage of the hand axe. Actually, that would be kind of cool if a crit didn't consume a weapon durability charge. You know, that would be... That's a good level, by the way. Thank you. Thank you. No rigging needed. Just good level. He already maxed his strength, and he got, like, everything else. Yeah, that was really nice. Thank you, Night Ward, for the speed. So, yeah, would that be a big deal? If you got a crit, it would make killing edges a lot better. I guess you would maybe remove some durability on the killing weapons if crits didn't consume durability. But I think that'd be cool. Because a lot of times, a crit on the first attack will preserve a durability because the next attack you don't need to make because it kills them quicker. So it does sort of do that anyway. But so many crits come when it doesn't matter. Like, most of the time we get a crit and it just overkills on the last hit anyway. Enemy has 1 HP, you crit them for 100, yay, whatever. It seems like a waste. But if that crit chance gave you sort of a refund on your weapon durability for that attack, that would be like, instead of being like, ah, what a waste of a crit, be like, you know what? I'll take that 1 durability back, thank you. And that might put a little bit more value on high skill, high crit characters. Yeah, I think that kind of would be cool. I don't think that'd be very overpowered. Just a slight tweak to mechanics. Alright. That should be it, I guess. Kind of expecting Har to fly up next turn. Mia, just stay out of range of the mage. Rayson didn't really do much, you know. That's kind of how it goes. Next turn, though. We're going to need most of our forces heading up, so let's reposition in this direction for the most part. I mean, I can heal these guys later when I'm doing my dedicated grind if I want. Yeah, those guys will all get healed. We don't need to use Physic just to get a little bit of healing this turn. That's no big deal. Okay, this should be safe, assuming I paid enough attention. Alright, they're coming closer to get healed anyway. Nice. Good job, past Ankylo. Alright, goes for Nephany. Can you hit? Denied. Kind of annoying that he went to the north spot there. He might block... Oh, no, that's... But yeah, I kind of wanted one of them to attack from the left just to leave spots open. But... Oh, no, a crit! Yeah, 0 damage. I think that was a crit? Or the Swordmasters just have some cool animations, maybe. As you can see, Nephany is not in very much danger. She's, I believe, one of the most valuable transfers, because she's a bit of a tight spot in one of the maps in Radiant Dawn. And if you can get her to 20 in Path of Radiance and give her some bonus stats, it will make a couple chapters a lot less annoying in the next one. That's one of the big reasons I wanted to use her. I mean, she's cool, but okay, this is the aggressive turn. We're gonna plan to use the bird. All right, passive healing. Almost a detriment against my staff healing. Yeah, this is the turn we go hard. I think for sure. So in theory, we want to do a big dance somewhere up here to get 4 people sent all the way up. Ideally killing most of these paladins in the back row. Yeah. Yeah. We should be able to kill everything. The question is, do I try to steal anything here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We would have to use a shove, which is not that bad, I guess. Or a dance. If we could theoretically try to do a dance from up here with a flyer, and you could steal both, but that might be a bit too, a little bit too greedy, perhaps. Maybe on the bottom, we'll start from the bottom and work our way up. Is there anything Alincia could do besides heal? I don't think she does enough damage. Her attack is still 18. So you really need... I guess the Swordmaster she can hurt, but I don't think that's going to work. First, her hit rate's bad. Second, it's definitely not a kill. And if she gets crit, she's super dead. So instead, we might be using her to heal and get a level if someone gets damaged. Soren can't really get very far. I think I use him on, like, one of the more, slightly more difficult to kill. This is not a kill, though. This is 18 times 2. 21 certainly will do it. 19 times 2. Okay, a little bit more fire XP. Sadly, the wind tomes are a bit on the weak side. Well, we got Adept anyway, so it wouldn't have mattered. But if we can get him to A rank wind, he will have access to the tornado spell, and it is, you know, a higher might wind magic at least. Although it might be a little bit heavier on the weight, I forget. He does have more strength than he should, probably, so. Alright, similar foot units with limitations. Maybe worth just crushing these guys with an archer, a pseudo archer, an axture. Just, I think it'd be funnier if he just had an axe in his instead of an arrow, he just has an axe. And he pulls it back in the bow, he just throws an axe, like a throwing axe, just gets chucked out of a bow. All right, we gotta kill these 3. Tanith, maybe. Ooh, that's pretty good. She could miss. She would get killed by a crit, I think. It's too bad. Okay, that's a lot safer. We'll get her a kill and we won't risk her life. It's a good thing enemies don't get support bonuses, or else that parity skill would be quite useful. It would be neat if enemy groups that had, like, little squads that had, like, a linked, like, maybe just, like, a C-rank base support or something. That'd be kind of cool. Just in case I need to worry about this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Attack here. In case we're in trouble, let's not do that. Too much defense. Maybe Just in case I don't end up attacking, I specifically put Nephany up here. And if we miss one of these, maybe someone else gets an easy kill. I mean, I was planning on a big Heron dance. The trouble is, there's so much to do, I'd have to plan out, like, everyone's movement and assuming all the kills work and stuff. It just... I'm still going to try to get a good dance here, but it just might not work out, you know. Marcia. So you're the kind of person that can get around. Mia... Basically, the units that don't have big mobility and Kanto, kind of just have them clean up back here, honestly. Honestly, I think it's fine. The foot units just clean up, and then I figure out with the horse units how much I can push. Also, like, Ilyana needs to get healed and stuff, and I don't really want to do that right now, because we got enemies to kill. Levels to get. Alright. Maybe Ike ends up pushing Volk. Kind of funny. Do we... Okay, I'm gonna rig a level while I'm thinking about it. Oh no, it's only 2 more candles. She can't get out of the range. Never mind. Well, maybe we got someone else we could heal. Maybe not. Well, Ilyana. Alright, that'll just have to do. So, in terms of rigging here, mostly I want to see a +1 strength early on, a couple points. Other than that, I'm not too worried. I mean, that's a pretty good level. Ooh. That was a very slow load state. Weird. Better check my hard drives. Come on, strengthen a little bit. I mean, sure, just give me a near perfect level. That's what I really wanted. Thanks. I mean, that's not really why I rigged, but now she's only a little bit slowed down by Amity, and it's now 19 damage, which is closer to hurting some things. Basically, by getting some strength early on, you can use the Infinite Sword to level up. She will need to get to 26 damage if we want to hurt the boss. So if I can get only 7 more strength ups, then she can get to level 20 easily. But yeah, we'll see. I'm not sure about that. Mia... I don't know. I think Mia goes here. Deletes this guy. I think I'm just going to push Ike, or Ike is going to push Volk. Ike is a little bit higher level than some of my units. He doesn't need the XP quite as much, maybe. Then again, he does have an important battle coming up soon, so I'll probably still end up training him on the boss, but that's just a given, you know. Alright, Rolf. 15-15, that's a nope. 19-19, that's a yeah. Or 18-18, whatever. Math. And then he just crits anyway, just showing off. Such a show off. He gets it from Shinon, I guess. Okay, first off. This is the only item we can hold. And unless someone drops something, this is all we get. I currently have a bunch of physics that I've been selling. And a couple sleeps that I almost never use. Maybe only 1 sleep. Sleep is probably the most valuable, but you don't need to worry about it too much. Now, how dangerous would Jill going after this archer be? Almost no danger at all. Done. Well, there is a crit chance, but a crit chance for 3 damage. I got hit by a 36. Thankfully, we hit an 8% crit as compensation. I should name one of my weapons compensation. See if I remember. Alright, well that's that. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 that we might be able to dance. Yeah. We'll be good. We got this. We got this. Is Harn any threat here? I mean, he'll take some damage. Let's go max hit rate, because if he misses, it's going to be annoying. Okay, I have bad news. I actually need to end the episode a little early here. I don't know how I'm going to restart the next one. I might just make a save state here and show you the end normally next episode. But I actually do need to take a break. Sorry. Thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed. I'll see you next time. This took too long. And hello again, friend tubers. Probably stitching all this together in post-production. Sorry, just needed I had some work I had to do. The episode was going a bit long, so it's been a little bit of time in the real world for me, but I'm back. I'm going to try to finish this battle up and then cut anyway and do some grinding off camera. But I want to get this sorted live without just not showing you guys everything. So that's the plan. Where were we? Paused right in the middle of my end move there. I think the idea was, we're just going to dance up and try to kill, hopefully, everybody here. Just got to remember that Rayson will be not protected. Now, he does have crazy speed right now, so he can probably take a hit. 39 hit points and 5 defense. Yeah, he takes 26 damage, but that does not one-shot him. So as long as we can successfully kill, well, maybe especially the Archer, I think, and the Laguzax, and the Laguzlan. As long as we can kill these 3. No super effective, please. I don't know what happened. I'm just gonna, make that save state again, just in case. Not that Jeffrey is the most killy either here, to be honest. So Astrid can make it to here. I think Astrid is very strong. Astrid, Oscar, Kieran, and Marcia. That's probably the group we want. Assuming we can do this. Should be doable. All right, get ready for the mega dance. I saw it. I mean, I had this planned all along, I think, but I wasn't sure if I would need to use them to kill the other groups. Now, there's still some reinforcements on this map. The map is not over yet, but this will effectively wrap up the challenging part, in theory. Wonder if, yeah, we could actually rescue him with Jeffrey if we need to. So there is still a backup. Okay, Marcia's gonna have the lowest strength, although she has spontaneity. No forged weapons. We got a forged weapon. So Oscar and Astrid might have some of the harder kills here. So let's see how they do. 22 defense, 17, 18, 16. No armor slaying weapons available right now. Let me find out how this looks. That is not enough. That is also not enough. So Astrid cannot kill this guy on the left. What about... Also, don't forget the boss has a range 2 weapon. How about this guy? Yeah, 1919. That's... As long as we don't miss... Okay, maybe. Is there anyone else she could maybe kill? Or am I actually out of luck here? 2020 is a kill. That's a better kill. Okay, so that's Astrid, maybe. I mean, the bow guy does need to die. 1818 is one shy. Yeah, it's going to be a classic problem here, I think. 1818, that is a kill. Okay, so Oscar takes out the sword. Astrid should take out the Laguz axe. Can Marcia kill the archer? I mean, with the forge, right? Easy. Without the forge, 1616 negatory. And unless Kieran can one-shot... Okay, the forges can handle it. I assume this is where we want this forge. That's barely enough damage, but that should be killing everything. Okay. Pretty sure we've got this in the bag. Yes, it means I have to use my forges, but hey. You build them to use them, you know? Yeah, so if the formatting for this video is weird with, sometimes there's like a bit of audio lag and delay when you join different videos together and split them up and stuff. If it's a little weird, it's because of my interruption. Can stay there. And it was Oscar here. 1818. We might be able to block the tiger to not be able to reach Rayson anyway, which is kind of what I'm thinking. Oh, sure, I got hurt. Let's heal up. No healing XP allowed. The Soul Brigade continues. Maybe. Alright, so Kieran... enthusiastically murder? Everyone's favorite kind of enthusiasm. Chop. Pretty good. It's just a forged steel axe we've had for quite a long time. Still 1 rounds, armor knights even in the pretty late game. Without needing to use effective weapons or crits or anything. Alright, and then we had a kill here with... Did we? Did I mess up? I think I messed up, guys. Was Marcia supposed to kill this one? And Astra was supposed to kill the archer? Or did I just miscount? Well, this guy only has a way to... Oops. Math is hard. No, this is good. This is good. 20 damage. I mean, 87. We could still miss. Okay, I still did the math right. I just used the wrong weapon, I think. She has taken a few hits. Maybe we could have healed her before she ran up. I don't know if there's anyone left that could heal, though. Still, I don't think the singular cat is going to be too much danger. Come on, Astrid. You know what? That's kind of all she needs right now. A little bit of HP defense. Okay. How is she doing for stats? I mean, yeah, if she can cap her defense, she's pretty much as good as you get. Cool. Alright, so Rayson's safe. Everyone else, I mean, what are we looking at for damage here? Is there any emergency? 31 damage. Nah, she can take 2 hits like that even if we had to. And we never used Jeffrey. We could do some rescues and stuff. Didn't need to. We did have a physic available if we were in a huge... Never mind, I did not have a physics ready. I usually do. But this time around, we skipped out on it. Let's just heal up Alencia. I would like Mist to get to level 20 on this map if I could, because I need to deploy Reese to heal train him up in the next map. If I want to get everyone to 20. If I want to get as many people to 2020 as I can. I mean, Mist would be 10-20, but it's still fine. Alright, Oscar. Not sure why they attacked you, but this is fine. No healing XP allowed. Oscar must use soul every fight. Speed resistance, okay. And lance up. And reinforcements down. Well, that caps his speed. Okay, skill is still a little bit lagging, but now this might have been a turn where we actually blocked a reinforcement. I think the mercenary starts here and then moved over, maybe. What turn is this? 7. Actually, there should have been a third sage. This spot would have had another sage. That's kind of funny. We actually blocked one of the reinforcements here because we're so good. All right, turn 7 reinforcements, and then there's turn 9, 13, 15. And yeah, we're definitely in range to start dealing with the boss. We put another checkpoint save down, but haven't had any reason to save scum today. We're doing... Okay, we could technically try to steal something. We could steal a meteor tome right now. Just have to drop something to get it. Anyone have anything that they don't want for training arc? Like, do you have any near broken weapons we could just junk? Maybe I should just go through the list. Things with, like, less than 10 durability, maybe. I don't need the meteor tome, but... I did have a physics staff. What was I talking about? I guess that steel lance might be the worst thing we've got. So... closest to broken. We could probably also attack with it, get it down even worse, and then trade. I don't know if you can trade and drop and steal all at once. Okay, this should be fine. A little bit more sciencing for the road. I have the Heron to help if we need it. Hey, Thoron! That might be the first time we see Thoron, too. I guess the A-rank lightning, right? We got Tornado, Boganon, and Thoron. Good. Put him up here. I will have to get Volk pushed out, rescued or other, because I don't want to waste any rune sword uses. Theoretically, I need to steal that as well, so there's other things I need to think about. But hey, I have such a hard time stealing meteor tomes, you know. Okay, I don't know for sure if the action economy works this way, but let's see how this goes. If we go trade, drop, and steal, yeah, we can do it all. Nice. And you get some XP for it. Neat. I guess we could try to dance and also get the physic. Do we have any other weapons that we don't need? Inventory management. I wish we could just use the convoy near Ike or something. It'd be so good. It's hard to throw away my weapons, you know. I mean, I could just throw away this physic and get a better physic. Throw the javelin probably is fine to toss, right? Let's, how do we do this? I think if we stand here, javelin, dance, move, trade, drop, steal, and then someone will still have to rescue them and kill. But I think this is fine. And this is using the javelin a little bit more before we throw it away even. I mean, it's not like I need all these weapons. The reason I'm being a little bit more cautious than maybe normal is specifically because the less weapon durability I have, the harder it will be to get everyone leveled up on this boss, right? So we need like all the spare weapons we can use. Does anyone else need to be danced this turn? Probably not. I mean, we might as well do stuff like this. We do need to make sure we can steal this and get out of the way, right? So, Astrid's taking some hits. Don't have any of my I don't think I have a way of getting a kill here. Well, we could dance. We could dance Tanith over to the tiger and try to get her a level. Maybe I'll rig her a level on camera, you know? Just to prove to you guys, I still like to cheat a little bit. I'm going to be cutting out a lot of the cheating from the video, so might as well give you guys a little bit. I did promise cheating in this playthrough. Alright. Cheating. Engage. For Tanith, her level, assuming she gets it, I'm pretty sure. Really, it's strength. A point of strength is really what I'm hoping for. She needs to double. She'll take a big hit, but 8 and 8. I guess that's more reliable. Doesn't really change much. Sure, just crit. That might be the first sword crit on a Pegasus. Oh, I never showed off the triangle attack. I didn't need to rig anything. I mean, I'm rigging it just by existing. Ankylostrats. Look at that. The threat of reloading gives a good level up. And having plus 5% strength defense doesn't hurt. Okay. We steal again. We steal by trading a javelin, dropping it, and then getting a bonus physic. Neat. Then this guy needs to get killed, and Volk needs to be moved. We will do a bit more healing on Astrid. I mean, to be fair, like, all my sages could do some staff heal XP, right? Like, that's not unique. Some good stuff. Hey, there we go. Let's just move some people around while I'm thinking about it. Ilyana. I'm going to give it to Jeffrey. I'm going to rig him a level 2. Rig everybody. He doubles. He takes a big hit. He actually might. His accuracy is not too good. Maybe we use the Iron Lance. I mean, yeah, might as well. Might as well. I don't really mind breaking the Iron Forges. I don't think we've broken a single forge yet. Like, just to give you an idea of how sparingly I use stuff, you know. Kaboom! I mean, that is a pretty huge explosion. Lots of screen shake. For Jeffrey levels, I don't know if he can max anything, honestly. I forget. He will need some good levels if he was to cap anything, I think. I would rather he got some strength. Bolganon is just too slow at animation. Even on the map, it's a bit slow. Come on, Jeffrey. The viewers need to see the full rig. That's so bad. Barely worth it. Punished. Come on, Jeffrey. Oh, yeah, that's right, because I have to do this. I forgot how to rig. You gotta open up the menu. Come on. Magic, speed, res. 1, 2, 3. Use the wrong weapon, doesn't really matter. Well, I mean, it might matter. Dang, did you just... You're allergic to strength? 1, 2, 3, 4. Save again, just so I don't have to reset my prep. This gives you guys a good idea of how I'm going to deal with the boss. Oh, it's so good, except for the one thing I want. Okay, let me check something. let me show you guys. I can have this on screen. Oh, where is it? Excuse me, OBS. Where did it go? There. Okay. If we look at Jeffrey's level 20 maxes. Those are his maximums at level 20. So he's at level 12. If he were to get to 26 strength, he would need +1 strength every single level up. He only has a 50% growth. The odds of that happening in very, very, very low unless I cheat. His magic is 20 cap. His skill is 26 cap. That's another 8 out of 8. His speed is 27 cap. That's 7 out of 8. His defense is 27. So realistically, he's not capping like anything unless I force it. Basically every single level up. Maybe I pick one of those or something. Maybe defense and speed we try to get. And we just leave it at that. Because honestly, it doesn't look good. Did we get a defense speed level? What does he join at? He joins at level 11. He's got 1 level up. He starts at 19 speed and 21 defense. So he did just get that. Okay. Sure. You know what? I'll keep that. I'm not going to worry about this too much. I don't know if I'll be able to put enough effort to get him capped anything. But theoretically, if the next 8 levels gave strength, skill, speed, defense, he could cap 4 stats. Good luck. Probably not worth the hassle for very, very little gain. But, you know, in theory, he can technically cap things without any stat boosters. The other thing I wanted to check was reinforcements, because I wanted to show you guys the triangle attack. Turn 9. Okay, that's it. On the yellow tiles on my map. Okay, I got lots of room. The other thing we should start considering is how to trick him into using a spear. And I think my plan was one of the sages. So maybe Ilyana or Soren. Okay, I'm trying to look for cheat and healing. There's some healing. There's some healing. You're already level 2. Okay, good. So I would like to show off how to break the boss's weapon again. It's not... I think I've shown it off once, because Ina technically didn't... you couldn't break her weapon. So you just had to withstand her counterattacks, which I didn't show off very well either, to be honest. I meant to, but... Very long episodes, you know, it's tricky. That's a fair level for Ilyana. Her strength, actually, wow, that's... She's been very lucky. I don't think I've ever reset for a strength up on her. She's just kind of got the blessing, you know. Hashtag blessed. Alright. A little bit of a chip heal. This is something I will be doing a lot on this map, is trying to get my sages, and I've got 4 people who can heal, right? Elincia, Miss Ilyana, and Ike. Or, not Ike. Ilyana, Soren, Elincia can all be staff XP. So I would like to get them some. Alright, so basically all I really want to show you guys is some reinforcements. And then, oops, I forgot I had to move this guy. Turn 7. This is with Jeffrey's level. Okay, sorry. Oops. I got caught up on other tricks, and that I consider that barely a cheat, because it wasn't going to kill him or anything. That was strictly going to cost me a good Ilyana level. So that's a negative experience there. All right, sorry. The main reason I did that is, for one, misclick, forgot about it, my bad. And for 2, ideally, optimizing mode, I want this rune sword at max use. I don't want to lose any. Alright, just moving people around a little bit. I wanted this area to be open so that my my enemy reinforcements don't get deleted. Seeing as we actually saw a pretty good Ilyana level, let's make sure we don't get an absolutely trash one as consequence for a misclick. I don't really care about her stats too much. Speed, I guess, is what she really needs. I mean, that looks maybe even better than the last one, so sure. Strength again. See? I tell you guys, she's just lucky. Alright. Anyone with any amount of healing possible? Looks like we are maxed on the healing front. Oh no, Jeffrey. I think if I was to feed any specific person heal XP, it's probably Alencia, because she's going to have the hardest time killing anything. Alright, and I want to make sure all my bird people, my bird horses, are sort of near together, because in theory I'm going to try to show off that triangle attack. It's a good theory. Oh yeah, and I think... Who's got 8 to 23, 8 to 26? Ilyana is probably the least likely to get affected. This is AI science here. I want to find out if the spear, if the guy will switch from rune sword to spear. So I will put a save down because for one we also need to unequip, I think, just in case. Hopefully he switches. Also, I didn't even think of this. Absolutely nothing stopping me from stealing his elixir right now. Just don't forget to move Volk out of the way. Should have done that before I saved, to be fair. I'm fairly confident that this will work, though. He should see that this does 34 magic damage, which is not much, and be like, but the spear will do lots of damage. Forgot to heal Jeffrey, but... Perish! Yeah, that's a spear. Good. Thank you. Alright, good. So he switched, which means with a little bit of setup, I can steal the rune sword. I just have to make space in my inventory. All I have to do is stay out of his reach for now, and then we have to break the spear, but you can probably guess how difficult that would be. We just have to take a few hits and heal up out of it. And then he has nothing, and he can't even hurt us. So that's pretty well set up. Let me see if I can do a cool triangle attack here. It should work easier almost than the boys, because they all have Kanto. Question is, who do we use as the target, and can we kill... Can we kill anything with Alencia? Probably the answer is no. 18 defense, 17 defense, 16. She can technically hurt the one in the back, but not by much. That's like 6 damage with the Brave weapon. So you'd have to work pretty hard to set that up. Might be possible to get this guy to, you know, take 29 damage. Maybe someone can do that. I don't know if it's worth trying to rig at this point, but maybe I did heal Jeffrey up. Okay, 8, 16, maybe. 12, 12, 24. This is a little silly, but, you know, why not, right? 9, 9, 18. We need more than that. $12, 12, 14, 14. That's 28. That's off by 1. Maybe we do, like, the weakest Jeffrey attack. The Javelin, maybe? That's 16. Well, depends if he hits. I think there's probably a way to set this up. And then maybe we try to get the triangle attack on kill. We should be able to set up around him, kill, and then we could theoretically dance and do a second triangle attack on this guy. That'd be kind of cool. All right, let's see if I can get that kill set up. I know I'm kind of pushing my luck a little bit here. I think I want to open with Jeffrey. I might have to do some more math because he might miss. This is 12 or 24 damage. We know she can do 6, which isn't very much. That's 20. 12 plus 20 would do it. But we have to make sure that we are standing on this tile. No. We can do it from... We can hit this guy first. So if we can canto back to here, this will be fun. Okay. I mean, let's see what happens. Technically, I can rig it. You know, this is what I don't like to do. Is I'm like, well, if I miss, I'll cheat, right? Like, that's not what I like to do. Wait. 8. Did I do too much damage? We actually need to miss one of these. I thought I had the right idea here. Apparently, I thought I was doing 12 damage. I don't know why I thought that. Don't suppose your iron sword. 12, but a double easily kills. Alright, well. And I could hit and then bird. Then we go. You know what? We're not getting a double triangle attack. It's fine. No, that doesn't work. That's only. That is birded to 12. Alright. I mean, we could do this 8. That leaves at 7. That's... Man, I really did not set this up. 12, but we need to miss. 14, we need to miss. 9, and we need a miss. What am I gonna... What am I even doing? Car maybe doesn't double? He does not double. Okay. Yeah, this might do it. Hand axe? 13? We need to hit, though. Okay, this is perfect if we hit. Come on, Har. Oh, you're making me angry. Horrible. Well, that is freaking stupid. All this just to try to get Alincia a friggin' kill. I don't know if it's worth it. Does he have anything besides the bow? You know what? We should just block him in so he can't move. And then she can just do it. I'm gonna reload. Yeah, I'm cheating. I'm a cheating Ankylo. I'm going all the way back. Yeah. Yeah. Cheating. Cheating. Super cheating. Okay. I got my plan. She's just gonna attack like normal. Of course, she gets a crit. She would have killed him anyway. No, that would have been 12. He would have survived. It's close, though. Alright. Marcia... Now, it's actually kind of funny, because we literally have to, like, sandbag ourselves here a little bit. Setting up a triangle kill. You know, we could just kill them all, but we're setting this up specifically for fun. I'm pretty sure this works. This should be an auto crit. And even if it isn't, we win. I don't know if there's an animation for this. Let's turn it on in case. Another rarely seen thing, assuming this works. No? I thought these girls got a triangle. Freaking kidding me. Hate my life. Every freaking time. Fine. Let's just kill him. So dumb. R. Jill, someone just kill these guys. 22. Deletious. I miss when I want to hit. I crit when I want to not crit. I miss when I want to hit. Always the opposite this turn. Good. I'm glad. You gotta level up for it anyway. This is why we cheat. I'm down with cheating. You give me +1 HP only on a level up. Yeah. Why would I feel guilty? Maybe your hit rate with a bow is better. Technically, yes. He only gets one attack, though. To be fair, the iron weapons are a little bit higher accuracy than steel weapons if you're not forging them. Some logic there. Alright. Birding. Yeah, I very rarely set up, you know, archer blocks like this. It's kind of funny, but if they only have a bow, you can really bully them. And we have an infinite weapon. So, I mean, this is probably the... If you want to train Alincia, this is probably the ideal way to do it. Something like this, where they can't move and attack. Move or attack, and then she can just slowly chip them down a little bit of damage at the time. Do I want to deal with that steel this turn? Maybe we should get that out of the way on camera. I need another weapon to throw away. Regal Sword? Yeah, it's time to get rid of it. Sorry, Regal Sword lovers. You can't drop it? I shouldn't have brought it. Dang it. Ike's dad's sword. But it's not the one I want. Dad has a better sword. Alright, does anyone else have something I can drop? Physics staff. Kind of want to have those daggers for later. Magic. Don't like throwing away forged weapons. Looking for, like, the least usefulness and the least durability on the party. Might literally be a meteor. No joke. You know what? It is kind of funny. I went through all that trouble to steal that, that meteor tome. But get out of here. You should just be able to pick it up after the battle's over, right? It's fine. Alright, get out of the way. The boss doesn't have any crit, right? 0% crit. He can just hit every turn until the sort weapon breaks. I don't want to counter kill him. And someone can just heal up. For now, that someone is missed. Alright, so this is kind of the setup. At some point, I will make a save so I can do my grind here. Bertram's, not that scary a boss. I mean, he's got some pretty good stats, but, I guess he's got range 1, 2 weapons. Oh, good, more reinforcements. Another bow, but I guess you could steal the sword and then lock this guy in as well. Wait, should I steal the sword? 35 uses. Hold on. I mean, it's better than that sword. Sure. Here, get me a better sword. I'll need to dance him over or some significant pushing. Let's get this heal before I obviously forget. This is turn... What turn are we on? Turn 10 reinforcements? Oh. Oh, this might have been just leftovers from the previous round. Maybe. Because I said... Supposedly the next reinforcements are on turn 13. Anyway, it doesn't matter that much. You just keep fighting the blocked-in archer. If we can block in a bunch of archers that Ilincia can train off of, that actually would be quite optimal. Get a couple levels up here just fighting these chumps. 16 defense. 17 defense, but she can damage them as long as they're under 19. But we don't want her taking counters, so we're going to kill that guy. Via... We also need Volk to be pushed 2 tiles. Nephany, you're just going to help a little bit here. Wait. Boyd. Boyd can do it. This is his day. He's built for this. I remembered. Just barely. Super value. Okay, we're dropping a steel sword. But there is extra value here because we do also steal 10 XP. So it's not all. Not only do we lock him into bow, so he can't hit anybody, we also get a little bit of free XP by throwing a sword away. I feel like that's... Alright, Mia, you block him in. We'll save him for Ilincia. And this guy needs to die, and we need one more blocker. So... Jeffrey? I'm going to put a save down, because he might get a level up off this. You never... Well, he's not killing. Hold on, what am I talking about? Kieran, it's far more likely you're going to do this. 17, 17. Actually, setting up. I'll take it. Whew, okay. Wow, this extra section is... Good thing I took a break. This is another 40 minutes. I haven't even killed the boss yet. On just this section alone that I'm started recording. You know what? I think with a kill, he might get a level up with Paragon. Let's see. I was saying if I wanted to... I might just end up doing it off camera. Like, this... It's going to be really hard. I haven't decided if I'm going to bother yet. But, like, if I want to do the transfer thing with him, he needs to get some perfect level ups, right? And it's just that it's not going to happen very often. Maybe I'll save that for off camera if I am going to use it. For now, Har could also certainly use some levels. I think he has a similar problem where it's kind of difficult to cap his stats. Maybe not impossible, but it's weird. A lot of this is one of the reasons I don't love the pre-promotes too much in Path of Radiance is their base stats are kind of low, and even though their growths are good, they join at such a high level that it's like even if you wanted to transfer them, they have no like I showed you guys Jeffrey, right? Even though Paragon is good and his overall stats are fine, they're still low enough that he can't actually naturally max anything, which is kind of a weird choice. I don't know. I'd rather he was a few levels lower, right? Let's speed some of this up. It's already getting slow here. Did I mess up? What did I do? Wait, how did he attack her? Oh, there was another one hiding. I didn't even see that one. He was hiding behind her. Well, it looks like that wouldn't have one-shot her. I'm sorry. Didn't even see you. On the other hand... Does anyone else have another steel sword you want me to upgrade? Or something? Technically could. I don't think we're going to need this steel blade either, honestly. Is this what we're doing? Thank you, Volk, for your slightly more durable sword. You can go drop this more expensive blade and steal another steel sword. We're stealing the steel. It's getting some weapon XP. All right, then we block him in. I mean, this is just silly. I should probably be using Racing to dance and Kanto out of the way for Elincia, just because this will take a while without a little bit of help. She can kill Encanto next turn. Just gotta be extra careful with Racing, that's all. Anyway, I think this shows off the plan. Until the reinforcements stop, we just, you know, give them the kills to whoever we want. Training up Elincia is kind of a side project, I guess. It's a little bit fun. She does have an infinite use weapon, so as long as she can hurt things, it's free. Just costs you time. Give me some more strength, please. That's pretty good. Yeah. So now she can hurt enemies up to 19 defense. Yeah, she might be on pace to eventually damage Bertram. Maybe. We'll see how it goes. Meanwhile, we're kind of just breaking his spear here. Hopefully, don't need to demonstrate this anymore, but anyone now could basically attack him and use up a charge, and we can just anyone can just take a hit. It doesn't need to be Ilyana or anything. That's another really nice level. Wow. Thank you, Mist. I'm so glad we get some good ones on camera, because I'll tell you, when I'm off camera, I get a lot of good ones, and you don't see them, and then you're like, how come your stats are too high, Blue? You're cheating. I'm like, well, honestly, sometimes we're just lucky, and we get really good growth. But then again, then we get these patches where you get 0 growth, and it feels terrible. Anyway, the point is, killing him not particularly hard. Training up Elincia will take some time, and I will be letting him heal on the boss tile with a broken weapon, basically to get as much as value as I can, to get as many people as close to 2020 as we possibly can. It'll just come down to weapon breaks, really. There will be some more reinforcements, but we're certainly on pace to get the max BXP, so let me make a special save here, because I'm going to come back and do this off camera. But let's, where's Ike? Ike is busy. I'd like Ike to get, I think there's some custom dialogue. So next turn. We'll kill him next turn. Well, and then we have to seize as well. I suppose ideally you want a unit that has, like, low dodge. Because, you want him to hit. If you're trying to break the weapon, you need him to actually, hit. Oh, I could have moved Ike out of the way, but this is a way of grinding too, technically, but it's 1 XP at a turn time. It is not a valuable use of your time, I don't think. Technically, it works, but... Yeah, Elincia always regenerates, so unless you have a staff bot healing her, as soon as she levels up, she's likely to just heal it for free. Minor optimization, not strats. Okay, Ike, I mean, we have this Regal Sword. That's not anywhere near enough. 13. Honestly, his stats aren't that bad. 22 attack speed and 25 defense. If we were to attack here, no doubling, no crit to risk. Sure. She's been getting hit by the spear all this time. Seeing as this is the victory, is that a crit? Sure is. Elincia got mad. She took too many spears to the face and she got angry. One of the troubles of training at high levels is it's very easy to accidentally kill the boss with a crit. So I will have to be very careful when I do my grinding. I'm not saying it's super difficult, but you gotta be careful. Definitely a reason to use a lot of iron swords. Alright. Well, get out of here, you punk. Perish! Hey, you're Bertram. Sorry, I can't perish today. Me kill. What? Kill me. Kill me. What's going on? Are you mad? Like King Ashnard mad? I think he's supposed to be maybe a bit like, you know, Game of Thrones, the mountain, when he basically dies and got all alchemied up. Maybe something like that. I don't really know this guy's story. He has a purple horse. I'm pretty sure he's supposed to be sort of dead. Alright, Ike, let's see the level up. Sure, you don't have a lot of stats to gain. That's fine. Alright, let's just seize this turn, it's fine. Like I said, we're gonna undo this round anyway, and I'll be grinding on my own time. So I think I have to merge this with the last episode and then split it in half, because that's going to be way too long. This is like a 4-hour map. Alright, we'll see how long the story goes here. Sir, the enemy troops are fleeing. Shall we chase? Nah, let them go. We fought enough. Oh, we fought enough. And this isn't even as much. Imagine this after another couple hours of getting to level 20. Just go take a break. Yes, sir. I'll be taking a break too before I grind it out. I do enjoy the stat grinding though on my own time. Don't love making episodes out of it, but I do love just listening to another YouTuber play and... I see. So Crimea's won another victory, have they? Well then, send the rest of the troops. Castle Nados as reinforcements. Put General Hafed in charge. Let him exchange blows with them. Yet that would leave the capital protected by only the Imperial Guard. You forget yourself, knight. I'll be here. If they defeat Hafed and make it all the way here, then they're worthy to cross swords with me. I would beg a question, your highness. Why do you divide our troops and give them the advantage? It's as if you were... As if I were what? Speak. It's as if you desire the Crimean army to continue winning and make its way to you. I'll not deny it. I care nothing for my soldiers. Are you saying you desire Dane's defeat? No. If you think it through, Dane will not lose, for I am Dane. And all that I care about is me, and as long as I live, Dane lives. We had many plans when we started this war. We went through many scenarios and predictions. But as you know, our predictions have been completely overturned by this gang of rabble. What? Was that luck? Or was it the gap in skill between individuals? And if it is, aren't you interested in seeing how far they can come? I don't understand. Ha hee hee ho har yo ho mahar. Perfect. Nothing raises my spirits like war. Come, Crimea. Let me be the one to consume your noble hearts. He's just superbly overconfident. The perfect D&D villain, or really any show. But there you go. Max BXP. And end of chapter. Not that much dialogue, conveniently. Okay, like I said, I'm going to spend some time getting some level ups as much as I can. I will, of course, show those off next episode. And for however this episode showed up, hopefully you enjoyed watching it, or the last 2 episodes combined. I don't know how I did it. Depends on how lazy I am and how much video editing I feel like, but I still very much struggle with super long uploads. Like, I don't know, 1 hour tends to be my goal, but Fire Emblem games are like, maybe they should be 2 hours, because some of these maps go forever. And now we're at like 3 or 4 hours. I'm like, I need breaks myself even at that point. So I think it's probably better for YouTube if I cut them up a bit. Maybe. I don't know. I've kind of heard both ways. I know some of you guys love super long videos, and then some people are like, well, this is way too much. There's no way I can watch it. So, yeah, we'll see. Anyway, that's all for now. Thanks for watching, folks. Sorry about the mic. I can see it's once again, even though I turned everything down, hitting into yellow and sometimes red again. So if my voice was really scratchy today, I will once again try to look at it in between episodes. It's a mystery. I don't know what to do. All right. See you guys next time. Have a great day.